Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Yankees Avenue watch party. This is game number 81. So once this one is over tonight, folks, we are officially halfway through the 2024 season. It is so good to see all you guys again. Chat, what is up? Long time no see, yo. I know it's been a minute since the last time we were on one of these watch parties. I believe it was last Wednesday, the middle game against Baltimore. For those who weren't aware, I apologize, but I had a pretty crazy weekend at the JM Warehouse. We were filming a floorball tournament, so the way my schedule worked out, we're just not able to do any watch parties for the Brave series, and as well as the series finale against Baltimore, because it was a weekday day game. You guys know how I feel about those, but that is in the past, chat. That is in the past. It is great to see you, and it's great to see the New York Mets as the Subway Series begins. 2-game set against the Mets at Citi Field. We got Garrett Cole going tonight for the Yankees. Of course, he made his season debut last week, and I think we're all in kind of universal agreement. He looked pretty damn good. Now, he is still on a pitch count. Boone would not disclose what that pitch count would be tonight. Meredith Marakovich just said, though, that she thinks it's going to be somewhere right around like 70 pitches, which, not going to lie, kind of like the low end is the way I see that. But regardless, just want another healthy outing from Garrett Cole. I imagine he probably goes 5 innings today. I would have guessed he went 5 innings last week. I mean, he probably would say the same. But give us a winning effort, yo. Give us a winning effort. The main thing is going to be how will the Yankees lineup perform. And before we get to that, going for the Mets, David Peterson, who's been solid. I mean, 4 starts, 3-0 record, 3.97 ERA. The other numbers, not all that great. 1.41 whip, just 12 Ks and 22 and 2/3 innings pitched. But is coming off a pretty nice outing against the Rangers last time out, where he threw 6 innings, 2 runs allowed. So Cole versus Peterson, that is your starting pitching matchups. Now, before we get to the lineup, I want to go over some news. First things first, I know all you guys have heard about this by now, but I haven't spoken on it since it happened. Giancarlo Stanton to the 10-day IL with a left hamstring strain. Now, at first, when the MRI came back revealing that it was mild, it was a mild strain, and not even a grade 1. I was like, all right, word. Maybe it's going to be a situation similar to 2021 when he had a mild quad strain where he only missed like the exact duration of the IL stint, 10 days, and he was back. I was holding out hope for that, but that was quickly crushed later on in the day. As Stanton says, he expects to miss 4 weeks. And the way I chalk that up is we're obviously going to be without Stanton for the remainder of the first half, which has about 3 weeks left. My hope is that, all right, get through the conclusion of the first half, and then start back second half with Giancarlo Stanton in the lineup. That, of course, remains to be seen. Going to be a few weeks without him, which is a huge blow, man. Not only for this team, obviously, which the offense has been scuffling, even when Stanton was around, they seemed to go into a little bit of a cold spell. But even just from like an entertainment standpoint, from an individual standpoint of his season, it is a shame that it seemed like we were finally going to get a full, for the most part, complete, healthy season of Giancarlo Stanton. Dude was on pace for 40-plus homers, was arguably the AL Comeback Player of the Year to this point. Now, I will say, that doesn't all go out the window. I mean, keep in mind here, let's just say he does come back to start out the second half of the season. I mean, you're still looking at a guy that will enter the second half of the season being, at 18 home runs, 40-something RBIs. So if he can just stay healthy from this point forward once he returns, you're still looking at like a 30, 35 homer season from Giancarlo Stanton. The only thing that concerns me, individually speaking for him, is we know how Stanton is. More often than not, he suffers IL rust more than anybody. So if he's going to miss 4 weeks, you almost want to chalk it up as like he's missing 6 weeks, because the first 2 weeks back, we don't know what kind of hitter he's going to be. It takes usually a while for him to adjust. But that is now old news. That happened over the weekend. Obviously a huge blow. And we got a corresponding move. The Yankees have traded for J.D. Davis. Another move I'm sure all you guys have heard about. This is, a couple days old as well. But I'll tell you this. I don't know how you guys are feeling, because I think I've been a little bit off the grid in terms of when it comes to the community. I've watched every game, of course. I like this move, man. I like this move. Now, the way I see it is, he is the replacement for Stanton at DH. And why do I like this move? Well, listen, the stats this year overall, not great. Below league average, although not far off, 98 WRC plus, negative WAR. You see that, and it's like, yo, why are we picking this guy up? And not to mention, like, we picked him up from the worst team in baseball. The Oakland A's didn't even want him. Why do we? Well, to be fair to J.D. Davis, he does have a pretty decent track record. And I'm not even going to go all that far back. Let's just look at the last 3 seasons previous to this one, 2021 to 2023. This is a season average, 112 games, OBP of 341. That's good. 112 WRC plus, quite significantly above league average. That's obviously good. 12 homers, 42 RBIs, and a main part of his game is he mashes lefties. At least that's what the scouting report says on him. Who knows how he's going to be at age 31 making his Yankee debut. Probably going to be seeing a lot of playing time over the next 4 or so weeks. But because we lost Giancarlo Stanton, being able to insert a guy like J.D. Davis, who's not all that old. Again, he's only 31 years old, so it's not a matter of this dude is washed. He just had been struggling to begin the 2024 season. You hope, obviously, he picks it up, changes scenery, going from Oakland to New York. And tonight, it's kind of interesting because he's, of course, making his debut in Citi Field. And for those who remember, he was with the Mets for, 4 seasons. I like this move. Considering the circumstances, I think this is the right way to go. He is going to get a lot of at-bats at DH. He's going to get a lot of at-bats at first base. Boone even mentioned he could play a little bit of third base. And he is in today's starting lineup, batting sixth and playing first. So here's what we're looking at as we begin the Subway Series. Volpe, Soto, Judge, Torres. Gleyber Torres in the cleanup spot. We'll talk about that for sure. Verdugo in the 5-hole. J.D. Davis, DJ LeMahieu, Jahmai Jones at DH. And Jose Trevino rounds it out at catcher in the 9-hole. So this is pretty easy to explain. Probably one of the worst lineups, if not the worst lineup we've had all season long. And I'm a Boone supporter. You guys know this. I defend him more than most. This is a lineup that I have some questions about. Not so much Gleyber Torres cleaning up. Stands out. What are you going to do? I understand that. I like, honestly, the top 6. J.D. Davis at 6, that's cool. That's fine. Jahmai Jones DHing. That, first things first, I don't understand. Now, I get Ben Rice, lefty on lefty matchups. That's where if you're going to sit him, you're going to do it against a southpaw. I get that. However, are we really going with Jahmai Jones DHing rather than Ben Rice, who's looked really good? He's hit 290 in his first 6 games. He's getting on bases. At bats have been incredible. Coming off a 2-hit game against the Braves, and I believe both of them were against Max Fried, a lefty. And his stats in the minors, Ben Rice, were really good against lefties, whereas last year they weren't. He progressed in that department. He's able to hit both sides, righties and lefties. I don't know why they're choosing to start Jones over Rice tonight. That is something I certainly disagree with. And you can make that same argument for DJ LeMahieu, whether, a lot of you guys at home, I'm sure, would want to start Oswaldo Cabrera. Well, again, Ben Rice could have just played first, J.D. Davis over at third. Regardless, whatever way you want to shape it up, Ben Rice should be playing, especially when Jahmai Jones is in this lineup. DJ, I'm starting to lose, to be honest, a lot of faith in him, although Boone says they are not. He's going to be playing quite a bit. I imagine through the trade deadline, assuming the Yankees are considering making a move. Until they do, he's going to be getting a lot of time every day at third base, first base, going forward. And that brings us to something new I kind of want to do around here. Maybe not every game, but 5 things to watch for tonight. So let's go through them. First things first, Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. It feels like we've had a decent little gap of Judge and Soto not being hot at the same time. Now, Judge was going on a tear, and he's still looking pretty damn good. Homer the other day against the Braves. Not that he's, lost a step at all. But Juan Soto, while still getting on base, he has not been tearing the cover off the ball like we saw the first 2 months of the season. Going into a game like tonight, where the lineup is arguably the weakest we've seen all season long, I'm kind of putting it on them to, do your thing. Soto, Judge, be the 2 main faces of this lineup that lead this offense to a pretty sizable, whether it's early on with a lead or just getting the job done overall. Just because it's not as deep as we'd like it to be compared to the lineups we've seen for the most part this season, you still got those 2 guys in there, Soto and Judge. They got to do their thing. They got to mash. So banking on them to whether it's setting the tone early or just regardless, in the end, lead the offense to scoring enough runs that we're sitting pretty come the 9th inning. Like a big game, a big series out of them. And overall, just while Stanton's out, they got to carry a majority of the load, which I expect them to, but kind of putting it out there that, and this is, I don't want to say listen, Soto, 2-week slump, whatever it is, and still, he's getting on base. I think his OBP in that slump, quote unquote, is around 400. And Judge obviously is still raking. But I want them to have a big series. I think if they do, we'll be just fine come the end of it. Another thing, no Stanton stats. What will Garrett Cole give in his second start? Now, we mentioned this a little bit before with his pitch count. Meredith is suggesting it might be just around 70 or so pitches. That does seem kind of on the low end to me because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, guys, wasn't he supposed to throw almost 80 last time out? Now, they only ended up letting him go 4 innings, 62 pitches, whatever it was. And I think because of some of the high-stress innings that he had, we talked about that on the last stream, I'm banking on Garrett Cole giving us a 5 innings at least, winning effort, and he comes out with his first win of the 2024 season. But that's obviously a storyline to follow how will he perform in his second start going against a pretty decent Mets lineup, which we'll discuss in the broadcast shows it. Also, J.D. Davis's Yankee debut, we discussed that already. Volpe versus Lindor. Now, this is the only part of the rivalry that I'm kind of like entertaining because, to be honest, like the Yankees and Mets rivalry, like that's not really a thing. I understand it from the Mets side of things, but like me, myself, listen, I always root for the Mets to do well. I don't ever like root against them unless it affects the Yankees and, their seeding, whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, like on our side of things, not too much of a rivalry. Although I will say, Anthony Volpe and the shortstop conversation has become interesting. I feel like that's one of the main topics I always see talked about on Twitter, like Volpe compared to Gunnar, Volpe compared to Bobby Witt, and also Volpe compared to Francisco Lindor. Their OPS is separated by just 1 point. Lindor's at like a 743. I think Volpe's at a 742. Both of them two of the best offensive shortstops in all of baseball. And if I'm going to have fun with the rivalry, I think this is the angle I'm going to take with it. Anthony Volpe versus Francisco Lindor, who has the better series. And the whole reason I brought this up was we were just talking about before, DJ LeMahieu, is he done? Now, I was excited for him to come back. You guys know who have been around here. My main request, my only request out of him, along with playing the good defense, which he has at third base, was to get on base. And he has not done that. He has not hit the ball hard really at all. We all know the deal. No extra base hits since coming off the injured list. And tonight he's batting 7th. And he's probably going to be right around that area in the 7 hole, maybe even higher, while Stanton's out, which makes him performing, him providing anything offensively, all the more crucial while our lineup is at its weakest. So another guy to watch, DJ LeMahieu. Is he done? Is he not? You got about 4 or 5 weeks to prove yourself is the way I'm looking at it, because if not, the Yankees will have to make an addition at the trade deadline, which as of right now on this date, June 25th, I'm kind of banking on that they will, along with many others. Now, let's take a look at the standings real quick as we got first pitch coming up in just about 10 minutes. And chat, I see all your guys' comments. I'll be getting to what you guys have to say in just a little bit. As always, great to see you guys. And I missed you. I freaking missed you. It is good to be back. We'll be chopping it up all night long. Don't you worry. But looking at the standings here, this is awesome. And not the Yankees slump. That isn't awesome. They're 3-7 in their last 10. But the Orioles have not taken advantage whatsoever. They've lost 4 in a row. They got swept by the Astros over the weekend. They lost to, I believe they're in a series with the Guardians. They lost the opening game last night. So our AL East lead has actually grown since we left that series where they took 2 out of 3. I think it was a game and a half or maybe even a half game that we were leading by a very minuscule margin, which it still is. Only 2 games isn't all that much. But for as bad as we're playing, it is huge. It is unbelievably huge that Baltimore has not capitalized, and we still maintain a 2-game lead, having grown that deficit on Baltimore's end in what you would hope would be our worst 1 to 2 week stretch of the season, at least so far. So that's good news. Baltimore not taking advantage. Another look at the lineup for tonight: Volpe, Soto, Judge, Torres, Verdugo, Davis, LeMahieu, Jones, Trevino. Again, Judge and Soto, this is the series to really do your thing. And I say that more so towards Juan Soto, not in a negative way or not in a way where I'm getting on him. I mean, everybody goes through slumps. And again, his slump, quote unquote, I'm pretty sure over this 2-week span, he has a 400 OBP. So I'm not picking on the guy or nothing. But it would be nice for him to break out of that here. And of course, Judge continue to do his thing. This offense, while not as potent of a lineup, or not even, I don't even say potent, because they're, even before Stan went down, it was starting to scuffle a little bit. Verdugo being a big part of that, he's got to get going. But as long as Soto and Judge do their thing, I don't care what the rest of the lineup looks like. So long as the pitching doesn't have a meltdown, we should be good to go. Broadcast has started. We got Kay, O'Neill, and Cone in the booth. Chat, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Let's have ourselves a good night. I know this team has not been playing all that well as of late. And for those who have seen me post on Instagram about it or on the YouTube community page, I don't find myself concerned really at all. Now, am I saying there's no flaws in this team? No, there absolutely is. But they are the same flaws that we knew about 3 weeks ago when we were riding high on top of the world, best team in baseball. I mean, we knew we had to upgrade the bullpen, which they're going to do. We knew we had to add an infield bat or 2, which they're going to do. At the very least 1. It's starting to look like we might need 2, although I'm even higher on Ben Rice now after seeing the way he's looked his first 6 games. But still, got to figure out how good he actually is going to be this season. But this is all stuff we knew 3 weeks ago, so it's not like any real new holes have opened up. You could argue the base running game against Jose Trevino, that certainly has been exposed, if you will. Thing is, though, I mean, 1, not every team is as speedy and reckless as the Boston Red Sox are. Now, we saw it also with the Baltimore Orioles, they were running on us a little bit. What Boston did against us, that is the extreme of this issue. And it is an issue. Thing is, though, it's something the Yankees, the pitching staff, Trevino just have to figure out, because I'll tell you right now, he is not going anywhere. He does so much so well outside of the handling the base running game, between pitch framing, calling the game, handling the pitching staff, and shit, even his WRC plus, he's still above league average hitter, which out of the catcher position, that is huge. We'll have to see if he keeps that up. They're not going to change anything at catcher. And while this may sound like a shock, I don't think that's the end of the world at all, because what Boston did, that's the extreme. And listen, if every single team, every single player, we didn't see it all that much with the Braves, because they're not that speedy of a team. If every series ends up being like Boston, maybe I'll change my stance. I'm not all that worried about Trevino and his arm just yet. But the Yankees do have to, tidy that up a little bit. Whether that's, and we've already seen them start to do it. Throwing over to first base more, watching the runners more, maybe some more slide steps from the pitchers, being quicker to home plate. There's a lot more than just Trevino's arm being the issue here, which his arm, I'm pretty sure, ranks the same as it's been the last couple years, which he's never been an above league average catcher behind the plate at throwing guys out. But this is definitely the extreme of kind of the only subpar area of his defensive game behind the plate. I'm not overreacting to it just yet. But again, all the other flaws we knew about 3 weeks ago. We just happen to be in a little bit of a slump right now. Shit frickin' happens. It's baseball. It's a long-ass season. I mean, you can look at the team we're playing tonight, the New York Mets. They thought their season was done, 3 weeks ago? And all of a sudden, they're the hottest team in baseball, and they're a game out of the wild card spot. They're feeling good. We were on top of the world 2 weeks ago. What happened? Sky's falling, 2022 all over again? No, they're just in a little bit of a skid. Doesn't help that Stanton's out. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. But the point is, it's baseball. Shit like this happens. I advise you not to panic. Now, if it ends up going to a month-long slump, all right, then if you want to start mentioning 2022, I get it. And I can forgive everybody for their first thought going back to 2022. Because, after all, that was just a couple years ago, and team got off to a hot start, ended up collapsing right around this time. So I can forgive the PTSD that a lot of Yankee fans do have. I get it. I would hold off on that just a little bit, as well as not being able to play well against good teams. I mean, listen, I'm not making excuses here. The Orioles, they beat us fair and square. The Dodgers, they beat us fair and square. First things first, though, very small sample size. I mean, you're looking at teams like the Dodgers and the Orioles. That's less than 10 games total. And as for the Atlanta Braves, I mean, they're a very good team, but they've been a tremendous disappointment up until this most recent series. So it's not like they are at least generally considered amongst baseball as a World Series favorite at this point. The only teams we've really played that are Dodgers and the Orioles, which yes, they have beaten us fair and square, but in the end, it's still 9 games, a 9-game sample size, 9 games that 3 of those we did not have Juan Soto, which you could argue if we did, we win that series against the Dodgers, at least in just 1 game. Against the Orioles, you could argue if we had Judge in game 2, we take that game that went to extras. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I imagine Aaron Judge is worth at least a 1-run difference, and that's what we lost that game by. So, weird circumstances, small sample size. I would not overreact to a lot of things that people are throwing out there, can't beat good teams. This team is fraudulent. They're getting exposed. I don't see it that way. Now, again, if this continues past this, little 1 week, 2 week slide, I reserve the right to change my mind. But as of right now, we're in the same spot that we were 3 weeks ago. Only difference is, and this is a big one, not having Giancarlo Stanton does suck. Not having Stanton, that is a serious, serious L. But we just got to get through the remainder of the first half without him, and then hope he's back come the second half. But I think that's just about all I got to say, chat. Then we're going to get to what you guys are feeling for tonight. We got first pitch coming up in just a little bit. Take a look at the bullpen. Of course, we had off yesterday, so that gives the relievers a nice rest. You got Holmes, Weaver, Canely, Tonkin, Ferguson, Tim Hill, Phil Bickford, and Yoandris Gomez, who looked really good in the mop-up duty on, Thursday? So, bullpen obviously shaken up a little bit, but in the end, if you have a lead and you go into a game late, I do trust Clay Holmes and Luke Weaver to get it done. Just a matter of how do you bridge between Cole to those back two. So that remains to be seen. We'll worry about that later. For now, let's try to get off to an early lead. David Peterson is not all that great. The pitching matchups definitely favor us in this series. We got Cole tonight versus Peterson, and then tomorrow we got Luis Gil against Jose Quintana. So 2 lefties going for the Mets, and we got our vaunted 1-2 punch, although I know Gil's coming off a rocker last time out against Baltimore. Again, baseball, weird shit happens. You can even look at it from the Orioles standpoint. I mean, they were feeling great, taking 2 out of 3 from us. All of a sudden, you know, they're the best team in baseball, not us. And then what do? They get swept by the Astros. They've lost 4 in a row. So same with Luis Gil. It's one game. I would not freak out and all of a sudden think like, oh, he's regressing. Here we go. He's not as good as he actually was showing the first couple months. It's baseball. It's baseball. So, yeah, yo, I think that basically covers everything for the pregame. We got first pitch coming up in just a little bit. Let me see how you guys are feeling for tonight's game. Again, I freaking missed you, chat. Apologies for not being here for the Braves game or the Braves series. Again, warehouse tournament this weekend, which was freaking awesome. I'm not a big floorball guy, but I am now. Probably outside of blitzball, because that's my shit. Blitzball, I love. That's a far and away number one. Floorball might be my favorite tournament we've done, and that doesn't come out for another couple months, but when it does, I highly encourage you to check it out. Anyways, though, let me pull up the chat here and quit freaking yapping like I have been for the last 15 minutes or so. What is going on, yo? And first thing I see is Dylan saying, Din, we missed you. I cannot say it enough. I missed you guys, yo. And especially over the weekend, bro, when I was coming home, and I knew it just wasn't realistic to be able to do a stream, because it was 6:30, I was still like an hour away from my crib. I'm like, man, I would love to do a watch party tonight. Like, I wish I could. Trust me when I say, yo, I freaking missed you guys. So it is good to be back, yo. Let's see here. Cosmo Scary says, how's the gym going? Going good, bro. Honestly, I didn't go too much over the weekend because I was so pooped from floorball and getting home late. Just didn't work out schedule-wise. Same with the streams. But I feel like my upper body got a good rest out of it, and I almost feel like better than ever. And then yesterday did back, today did chest. So gym is going good. But yo, let's throw in some predictions in the live chat. We got first pitch coming up in like 2 seconds here. So let me get my screen recordings going. I already see who's that in the chat said Andrew Hickey says Davis home run tonight is a lock. Dude, I have high hopes for JD Davis. I really do, man. Again, is he like going to be a main piece here come October? No, I don't think he's going to be on the team. But when you lose Giancarlo Stanton and you can pick up a guy like JD Davis who has had some recent success. Look at that right there. A 112 WRC plus he's averaged over the last 3 seasons. This dude is able to hit a little bit, and especially against lefties, which he'll be facing 2 of those this series back-to-back. I have decent hopes, relatively speaking, that he'll be able to give us a little something offensively. And hitting out of the 6 hole, all he's really got to do, yo, is just be a league average hitter, and I think that's very much attainable, if not better. So I'm kind of in on that with you, Andrew. I got JD Davis going deep tonight, or at least this series. I'm feeling good that he might make some sort of an impact. I do just wish Ben Rice was playing. That's kind of my main gripe with this lineup. Prez Witt with a $2 super chat. Hey, I'm back. Let's go Yankees. Me too, bro. I'm back as well, so I'm right there with you. Thank you so much, dude. Johnny Miller says you're finally moving next week. Yeah, yo. So it's a week from yesterday. So this Monday we move into the Boke, which we'll discuss schedule and all that coming up, because I'll let you guys know now, scheduling wise for the remainder of June, like first week of July, is going to be a little bit wonky, but once we do settle in a week from now into Hoboken, shit's going to be like insanely consistent. So just bear with me a little bit on that. But yo, chat, we freaking ready or what? We're kicking it for the next 3 hours. Yankees versus Mets. Subway Series has begun, and I don't know about you guys, I'm pumped the Mets are hot, because same way I was feeling about Boston, who, shit, maybe I should take this back, hoping they would get hot in time for that series, because they've just been taking off. I think they're like 7 games over 500 now. The Mets being good makes a series as interesting as possible, so I like that. Hopefully the Yankees get back on track, and that's a good start, yo. Volpe in the right center field. He might even be able to get 2 on that, but no. Big lead, or excuse me, big turn. But yo, let me get the freaking box score up here, chat, and let's have ourselves a night. Here we go. Again, the lineup: Volpe, Soto, Judge, Torres, Verdugo, Davis, LeMahieu, Jones, Trevino. As for why Jahmai Jones is DHing today, yo, I do not know. Even with the lefty going, I don't see why they would not start Ben Rice, who had, I'm pretty sure they were both against Max Fried the other day. He had 2 hits against him, and he's obviously a lefty. And he's hit lefties in the minors this year, so I don't really know what the thought process was behind that, but whatever way possible, get a freaking win. Let's get back on track. Quintana with a pitch violation. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Let me just get this box score up here, and I can quit freaking yapping.
No, it's interesting when you look at the hitter that Soto is. He's 7 for his last 33. So that's a slump, right? He's hitting 212. But over that time, his on-base percentage is 422.
That's what I was saying before. So while he's in a slump, bro, his OBP is still nuts.
Strikes, even if you're not hitting the ball well.
All right, 1 sec.
Be a base runner. That's why he's perfect in front of Aaron Judge. That's what Michael just said.
And yeah, Chad, we got a good-ass booth tonight. K. O'Neal and Cone. All right, yo. I think we're chilling. 3-0 on Soto. Box score is in. Man, bro, it's been... I got a little rust doing this, bro. It's been like bunt on 3-0. That's a little bit crazy. That's a little bit crazy. But all right, yo, here we go. Here we go.
Hit, but, I think Boone's thinking the same thing. Sometimes as a hitter, you just overthink things going in. You just say, I'll just knock down a bunt here. But
and yo, I still don't know why they don't do it every year. What they did like 4 or 5 years ago, where you do the 4-game set, split two at City, 2 at Yankee Stadium, back to back. I wish they were doing that here, but just 2 at City, and then I believe we go to Toronto. I believe we go to Toronto after this for a 4-game set.
You'd be talking about this in the 7th, 8th inning still.
But all right, yo, let's go, chat.
Maybe on the show tomorrow. 3-2.
Good eye. All right. Ball 4, right? Yeah, word. All right, good start, yo. Good start. First and second, nobody out. Dan getting buff. You're already looking like Sid Vicious. Thanks, Jimmy. Chat, what the hell is going on? Oh, my good friend, Michael. Dan, no class, no respect. For those who don't know, Mike is the brother of Nelson. Which, Mike, can you find Nelson, get him in here, bro? I need my moderator, please. Mike's a big Mets fan. Good luck, buddy. 4 train versus 7 train, baby. Hell yeah, yo. And thank you, Theo. $2 super chat, my man. Appreciate you. The Mets are a good team. The Mets are a good team. But mainly for the way the pitching matchup is shaking out, Cole versus Peterson, Heel versus Quintana. I'd say we certainly got the edge, even without Stan, even with us slumping over the last week or so.
Subway Series started in 1997, so it's been around a while now.
Oh, you're working, Michael. Okay, go sell some cars, dude. Quit bothering me. Just kidding. What's good, Glenn? Good to see you having fun watching Blitzball. Looks insane. Yeah, yo, Captain's League is out now on the Warehouse Games channel. All right, let's go, Cap. Get us started, yo. Ooh. Peterson blowing 95 past Judge, huh?
Most home runs against the Mets. Judge has 10.
Peterson thinks he's hot shit all of a sudden with his 1.4 whip. Decent ERA, though. Decent ERA, so I'll show him a little bit of respect. Not a big strikeout guy, though. First and second, nobody out. 0-2 count on Judge. Good eye.
1-2. What the Mets had any thought about?
All right, I'm not going to set this in stone because I don't want to jinx nothing. I know how we are with double plays. Got to get at least 1 in here, though. Got to get at least 1 with nobody out.
Which is what they're doing.
Fight. And yo, yeah, I did see that with the Blue Jays. Blue Jays infield getting suspended for PEDs. I'll tell you this though, I'm not a sucker. I'm not one of those people that like believe Tatis was taking like ringworm cream or none of that. But I read that kid's statement about how he was trying to like, I don't know, become fertile or whatever. Call me a sucker, bro. I low-key believe the guy. But in the end, he's still an idiot. Even if that is the case, you got to get that shit checked with baseball to make sure it's not a banned substance. And obviously he didn't, so regardless. But yeah, no, I guess he made his debut, what, like on Friday, and then he got suspended like 2 days later or some shit? Pretty freaking nuts, yo. Pretty freaking nuts. And yeah, of course, today's game is on Yes, SNY, and if you're not in market, TBS. But I'm obviously watching on Yes. Let's go, Cat. What you say now, kid? Step back. Did you see the thing with Vladdy? Now, Smelly Cheese, are you talking about how somebody asked Vladdy, like, if he would welcome a trade to the Yankees? And from what I got from it, he basically said yes, right? Because in the past, Vlad has been like, I would never want to play for the Yankees. I guess his dad hated him, and, you know, Vlad being a dickhead, whatever. I think somebody said, like, I would welcome the opportunity. I think Vlad said, like, I would welcome the opportunity or some shit. Thing is, though, the Blue Jays would have to be down to trade him to the Yankees, and I don't see that happening unless we offer them something crazy, which we won't, so I wouldn't get your hopes up. Good eye, Cap. All right, word. Yo, base is juiced. Base is freaking juiced, chat. See? Actually, I'm not going to say it yet. Not going to say it yet. All of a sudden, you look at Peterson, he has dug himself in a huge. I was about to be talking, y'all, like we already won this game, which would be very silly of me.
Exactly. 3-2 changeup, fish ain't biting.
But the Yankees have a chance here to quickly kind of make us as fans and them as a team forget about this little slide with a huge-ass first inning. I'm now banking on 2 runs, chat. 2 runs, get the stink of the weekend out of the way. Let's start playing start playing ball again. Yep, Edwin Diaz suspended. Of course, sticky stuff. I don't know. The whole situation's weird, but regardless, he starts a 10-game suspension starting tonight, so the Mets are without their closer. It kind of sucks for them, yo. And I do actually feel legitimate sympathy for him, bro, because, like, you don't really know what the defined rules are of sticky stuff. However, Diaz's hand looked pretty fucked up, yo. I mean, I don't know what substance that was. It looked like, I don't know, something sticky as hell. And the umpire said, like, that was the stickiest hand we've ever felt. So I'm sure Diaz was in the wrong. But I will say, I'm not a fan of how that rule's been handled over the years. And, yo, like, to be fair, like, last year, remember Herman? He came out with a sticky-ass hand. And while the next week he got ejected for it, in that game, I think it was against Minnesota, they just had him go in the dugout and wash his hands. So it's very, no pun intended, like, wishy-washy with the way they mandate these rules. But again, Diaz's hand looked pretty fucking dirty, Chad, so I ain't gonna excuse him. All right, here's a cleanup Gleyber. We got a 1-1 count? 0-2 count? Probably gonna be seeing him back cleanup or fifth a lot until Stanton comes back.
The rest of the umpires, Nick Lentz at first, Emil Jimenez at second, and Stu Shore.
What happened to Verdugo? Well, Verdugo's batting fifth. If you're wondering about, like, his stats falling off a little bit, he's been in a slump. Coincidentally, since his return to Boston, where he had that great game, ever since that night, the following, like, week or so, he's been slumping. So hopefully he breaks out of that.
Still 0-2.
We got a lot of guys, yo, that have to get going. Now, Volpe's, he's starting to hit again a little bit. He's doing his thing. Soto and Judge, you don't worry about. Gleyber's got to do his thing. Verdugo's got to get back on track. DJ, if you have any hope for him getting hot, be nice if that happens now. And then, what are we gonna get out of J.D. Davis in the 6-hole? And that part I say with excitement. I'm fucking horrible at bat, Gleyber. Jesus Christ, what a disgraceful at bat. So Gleyber goes down, 0-2 count, pitch probably a foot out of the zone, strike 3. And here's Verdugo. So lefty, Verdugo versus Peterson. Bases remain loaded, 1 out. That's a horrible at bat, Chet. That shit can't happen, bro. That shit can't happen. If you're going to lose Stanton, you got to at least hit a fly ball with the bases loaded or not.
Alex is 0 for his last 16.
That's now two rough at-bats we've seen with Gleyber, bases loaded in the last, like, week and a half. Of course, the first one against Boston last weekend.
His average has dropped to 247.
Yep.
Big spot right here. Bases
Verdugo's WRC plus, just barely over 100 now as well at 102.
1-1.
Oh, Chad, a little bit nervous now, yo. A little bit nervous. Bro, I don't even mention the word double play, bro. Please. We do lead the league, I know. But if you think it's going to happen.
Expect to have these opportunities throughout the game.
Ground ball right. God damn, chat. You trying to put me in a fucking cardiac arrest, chat? Is that what you want? Who's calling 911, yo, if I do go into cardiac arrest live on stream? That's gone through my head before, too, yo. Like, imagine I just fucking croaked live on air. And that's had to have happened to somebody. Hopefully not me. Love you, God.
Lefty against
Don't
lefty
do
with
it.
Peterson on the mound.
Let's go, Verdukes.
Swing and a miss. Verdugo down on strikes.
Well, again, Peterson has gotten ahead in the count and then has used 2 pitches outside the strike zone. A high fastball to Gleyber and then a little breaking ball here to Verdugo. Not
all right.
A huge break,
so 2 dead.
Where you wanted, Cody, off the plate away. Huh?
Yep, gets the chase.
Here's J.D. Davis.
2 strikeouts.
And how about this?
Yeah, for real, bro.
Indoctrination as a Yankee. J.D. Davis at the plate.
Good eye. Again, Davis hits lefties well. Has, prior to this year at least, had pretty good numbers over the last 3 seasons. This dude is capable of hitting, especially against lefties, so he ain't just some scrub the Yankees picked up. He could do some damage. We'll see, though. Wearing number 38. Yankees acquired him from Oakland over the weekend for, I think it's Jordan Grosham's, kind of like a low-level prospect. Nothing crazy. But again, I like the pickup. I just wish his first at-bat wasn't coming bases juice, 2 outs. And we had bases juice, nobody out, and we haven't scored.
it's not J.G. Davis. He's J.D. Davis, so it's Jonathan Davis. That's how they get the J.D.
What?
This is the first at bat that
Come on, Davis. Give me something.
A little over a week, about 8 days ago, was his last big league at bat.
Good eye. All right, 2-2 chat. 2-2.
2-2.
Bro, I don't even want to think about the Glaber at bat. Horrible. Horrible.
Volpe's at third. Soto's at second. Judge is over at first. Yankees have bases loaded, nobody out. Now bases loaded, 2 outs. And a 2-2 count on J.D. Davis.
Come on, Davis. Give me some, please. God damn it!
What a Houdini act by Peterson. Bases loaded,
Well, that's a pretty fucking rough start, chat. Pretty fucking rough start. Bases loaded, nobody out, and they don't score. So, all right. Slide continues, at least through a half inning on this lovely Tuesday. But we got Garrett Cole coming out. Unfortunate, but it's all right. It's only the first inning. A lot more to go, for sure. For sure, bro, but it's annoying. I mean, yo, you know I share that same mindset. Dax doesn't always appreciate positivity. I'm the same way. Same freaking way. There's only so far I can go with that, bro, when you have bases loaded, nobody out. Rough at bat by Glaber. Verdugo too, but man, I mean that strike three pitch that Glaber swung on, bro. Like I said, was a foot above the zone, and was very reminiscent of another brutal at bat he had with the bases loaded. That was a huge moment in the game in Boston last weekend. So if he's gonna be batting fourth and batting fifth, he's got to come through there. And again, not asking for much. I'm not asking for a grand slam. I'm not asking for, him to be a fucking hero, but just give me a fly ball at the very least. Which is something Glaber, especially last year, was always able to do. It really felt like he matured as a hitter last year and took a significant step forward, whether that's, increasing his walk rate, cutting down on strikeouts, or just seemingly kind of adopting the approach of a situational hitter. And obviously that has gone out the window so far this year. So, bases loaded, nobody out. They do not score. But we'll leave that in the past, chat. We'll leave that in the past. A lot of game left. Cole on the bump. So... we move on, I guess. We move on. What's good, Alex, our average train enjoyer? How you doing, bro? Good to see you guys. Gavin says, Dan, I think we go for infield as our priority at the deadline. For sure. Infield and bullpen. I would say they're in the same tier of a need. And the Yankees know that, too. The industry suspects it as well. The Yankees are going all in at the deadline. It's just a matter of who they get. And do they get guys just to fill a hole? Or are the guys they get legitimate, World Series caliber players? Either way, you got to do something, yo. I mean, I think back to the 2021 Braves deadline. A lot of the guys they picked up, and I'm trying to think of them. I know Soler was one of them. A couple of other dudes as well. They weren't crazy names. They were more so supplemental additions that rounded out the roster, though, very nicely. And while I hope we go for something more than that, I want a name. I mean, bullpen-wise, I trust Yankees to take care of that. But if you guys got somebody that sticks out to you, I like Luis Rengifo. He'd be a good option. If the D-backs fell out of it, I keep talking about Christian Walker at first base. He would be awesome. But, you got to get yourself a legitimate offensive threat that plays the infield. If that's out, the Yankees have to pounce. And we're getting to that time, yo. A little over a month till the trade deadline. Here's, of course, Cole making his second start since coming off the IL. Mets lineup: Lindor, Nimmo, Martinez, Alonso, Alvarez, Taylor, Vientos, McNeil, Bader. And looking at their lineup, yo, shout out to the Mets. They're hitting, man. They're hitting. Lindor's gotten hot, took his annual, April vacation, but as always, he picks it up as the season goes along. This guy's from the left field. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. All right, leadoff double for Lindor. Yeah, I think the Mets have 4 or 5, maybe even 6 guys that have above 800 OPS. Alvarez is nuts. JD Martinez, he's doing his thing. Vientos has been pretty big surprise. You got Bader in the 9-hole, who doing better than he did last year at the Yankees overall. So I ain't taking the Mets lineup lightly.
Impressive there. He got a curveball up and out over the plate and stayed back on it. Drove it the other way.
Come on, Cole.
Brandon Nimmo, he has a 9-game hitting streak.
Let's go, Jacob.
Foul back.
How you doing, bro? Good to see you.
Let's check out the...
Dan, on a level of 1 to 10, how in love are you with the Hawk Talk girl? Bro, I was so late on that, dude. I didn't see that till 2 days ago. I mean, she's fine, bro. She's fine. I'd say that about most girls, honestly, but yeah, she's fine. What do you think I'm gonna say? She's ugly? I'm a fan. Let's go, Cole. Call up. But yeah, I think Cole's debut last week was really promising. I thought he looked fantastic, and especially as the game progressed, chat, racking up strikeouts, breaking stuff looked good. Fastballs looked good all the way through, going back to his rehab starts, hitting 97, looking very comfortable with that. But, I mean, his line for only going 4 innings was fine. He threw like, what was it, 4 innings, 2 runs, whatever it was. That's Peterson. The line was fine, considering his pitch count, but the stuff really seemed to progress as the game went on. So, I'd like to think he's in a good spot. See how the rest of this first inning goes. 3-1. Dan, you doing a trade deadline watch show? Yes, Smelly Cheese. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Johnny asked the same thing. 100%. 100%, yo. We'll probably be live well, I mean, that week we'll be live a couple times, I'm sure. But nah, yeah, July 31st. Nice. 3-2. July 31st or August, whenever the trade deadline is. When is it this year? Let's see. They always change it by like a day, I feel like. Is it July 31st this year? I feel like last year, like 2022 was August 2nd. I think that's because maybe the lockout. Oh, it's July 30th this year, the MLB trade deadline. Really? Shit, okay. All right, yeah, so July 30th. Anyways, that day, assuming whenever the deadline is by the hour, I think it's probably, 4 or 6 o'clock. We'll be live for, hours at that point, so, yes. To answer your question, absolutely. Let's go, Cole. 3-2, big pitch. Some are saying the season rests on it. Out of the way. Yeah, 30th is kind of nuts. And what up, Morgan? Long time no see ya. Let's go, Georgie. Jaden, relax, man. Again, I understand that thought process where you say 2022 all over again. Yankee fans got PTSD. 2 years ago, very similar situation. Got off to this crazy start. And then almost threw the season away with a 2-month... Safe. With a 2-month shit spell of playing baseball where they were horrible. But I want to remind you, this team is far better than 2022. And this little slide that they're in happens to everybody. It's happened to the Orioles right now as well. Do we consider them frauds? No. And it is only like a week and a half worth of time of playing shitty baseball. Whereas 2022, that was 2 months worth. So if a month from now they're still playing like this, all right, I'll be on that train. But ball 4. For now, I just think they're in a little bit of a slide. Losing Stanton, though, sucks. That will affect us, depending on how good of a fill-in J.D. Davis is going to be, which I have decent expectation of him to be like a league average hitter. He obviously ain't going to be what Stanton was the first couple months of the season. So, patience. We're not there yet. Nowhere near 2022 yet.
Tell you a few things, though, Michael.
I'll tell you this, going back to the trade deadline talk, if this were the team, if you were telling me, Dan, no, this is a team we're getting in October, they're like, oh, fuck, bro. Again, I would have been concerned 3 weeks ago because nothing is new here. We know what we need. Bullpen, infield. And that was the case. Let's see if we can turn 2. There's one on a first. Nice. Big DP. Big double play. JD Martinez, 6-4-3 double play, 2 dead. But 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we knew bullpen we needed help on. Infield we needed help on. That still remains the case. We just happen to be losing games right now. So people, instead of just acknowledging that it's baseball, they're saying, oh, we're getting exposed. We're a bunch of frauds. If you were to tell me this team was what we were rolling out in October, I would share that concern. No, this team isn't good enough to win the World Series. But that's not going to happen. The Yankees know this is the year they had the best chance possible in the Judge era to win it all. So they got to have an all-out deadline to ensure that happens. And every report we've seen from the Yankees side of things or from just the industry side of things expects the Yankees to go all in because this is the year they truly consider, until Soto's signed at least, this is World Series or bust. Which is a good thing. Oh yeah, Pete on the ground. Shit. God damn. Cole's a little wild right now. All good. All good. But not. What was I just saying?
Hello, how are you?
It'll come back to me.
That was pretty much a flat four-seamer, too. What did two-seamer ran up and in, just right there, held his line.
Christopher, what are you doing in here then, bro? Hop out. Yankees season is over. Why are you in the Yankees watch party then, bro? If the season is over on June 25th. I assume you're just being sarcastic or you've never watched a season before, because best record in the American League on June 25th. Like, if that means your season is over, bro, like, we must be watching a different sport. You know, cricket is coming to the Yes Network in a little bit. Maybe you could watch that. I believe in like a month or so, you'll be able to watch cricket. So if you're giving up on the season on a team that's the best record in the American League on June 25th, I suggest trying a new sport, and you have one coming your way in about a month. And bro, like, that goes for anybody else. If you're like,
8 home runs.
now listen, like, if they lose this game and you say something like, this team sucks, like, I get that sort of frustration, just like, whatever. Like, bro, first inning of a game on June 25th, team's in a slight 1 week slide, and that leads you to all of a sudden say, like, their season is over. Like, and I get the whole, like, what's the term? Reverse psychology, all that bull crap, or, you know, maybe that's how your mind works, like, be pessimistic so you can be surprised when something good happens. I personally think that's a stupid-ass way to live. If that's how you are, though, fine. But if you truly believe the season is over, bro, like, what are you even doing here?
It was funny because I thought, man, this is like the longest.
That's my 2 cents, at least.
Pitch clock I've seen.
Now, if Cole gives a 2-run shot to Pete Alonso here, I'm going to join you. The season is over. I'm just kidding. 3-2 count, though, 2 outs. Big pitch. Monumentally large pitch. Ball 4. Yeah, so Cole definitely a little bit all over the place early. That was his 18th pitch, so not terrible if he just gets out of this, as long as the run doesn't score.
So first and third, 2 outs, and that brings up Francisco Alvarez.
Everyone has an opinion. Oh, yeah, I ain't saying nothing wrong with that, Amp. Please have your opinion. But, like, if your opinion is that the season is over on June 25th while the team has the best record in the American League, that's one of the very few opinions I don't think I should respect, in my opinion. Now, Francisco Alvarez, he's a fucking beast, yo. He's a guy I'm watching this series is like, don't let this MFer go deep off you a million times. Because you see the record right there. It's 17-3 the Mets are with him in the starting lineup. He's legit. So he scares me a little bit. 0-2 count, though.
Michael, you say you were talking about his win-loss right?
Nelson! What up, Nell? Nell says, I just don't get the crying already. 2022 took till August to expose us and act like the Rangers went 162-0 last year. Yeah, and again, like, I understand the immediate, like when the Yankees lose and then the slide, like, at first thought it enters mind, like, oh, it's 2022 all over again. Like, at the surface, when that first creeps your mind, like, I get it. I do feel like, though, by the time you send a message in the chat or, like, put your thoughts on the internet, like, you should be able to calm yourself down enough by just realizing, okay, 2022 was a 2-month slide. There were brutal injuries at that point. The team wasn't nearly as good as this team is. And, most importantly, we're like, what, a week and a half into this little slide? Which, did anybody think, like, this wasn't going to happen? Again, it's baseball, yo. And I'm not trying to, like, lecture nobody, because, you know, your opinions are as valuable as mine. Like, do with it what you will. This is just how I feel. I think it's ridiculous to be panicking over a 1 week and a half long slide. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be pissed, though. I've been fucking fuming over the last week or so. I ain't giving up on the season, man.
Get some info between the innings, Cody.
But it's funny because he even said, I get asked that question. I asked who's
2-2.
available in the bullpen. He goes, why do I want to answer that and have the other manager know? He said, not that it's state secrets, but just it makes sense to give that information out.
Brandon says, we're all supposed to be fans here. I don't understand why people always find something to say to hate on their team. Yeah, man, I just think there's like a way you go about it. Like, I ain't trying to tell anybody how to be a fan, obviously. But, like, if you're concerned about the team, like, list me your concerns and, like, let's have a conversation about it. Like, I think that's the right approach rather than just saying, like, oh, the team went 3-5 this past week, or whatever it is, 4-6, whatever. Their season is over on June 25th. Like, if that's actually how you think, bro, like, then I don't care about your opinion. Big pitch here. God damn. Come on, Cole. But yeah, sorry, I don't want to be like going on and on about negativity, by the way. You could argue I'm being the most negative MF in the room right now by continuing to talk about it. So chat, I apologize. I apologize. Please forgive me. I've missed you so much.
Make you throw another one.
Come on, Cole. All right, so bases juice. 2 dead. Cole's pitch count is getting up there now. 25 pitches. Or no, 26 pitches. Blake coming out. How we feeling, Chad? We nervous? Fuck you, Mike. And no, I don't stop talking. Nelson, get a hold of your brother. Hey, Nelson, can you ban your brother, please? I'm just kidding. Dan, you need to start banning some people. They'd be so annoying. If you want somebody banned, just let Nelson know. Now, if multiple people request somebody being banned, then pop him out of here. Unless it's Mike Marquez. You can't suggest Mike Marquez get banned.
No, there's a lot of just rest. Just a lot of pitches. It's 87 degrees right now here in Queens.
Come on, Cole.
Regroup. Well-timed mound visit.
Who's this? Tyrone Taylor?
Plug it and plug it back in.
It doesn't work for me, Clint. I plug it and it never plugs back. You plug it in, it doesn't work still.
Which he's one of their weaker hitters, 630 OPS. So
here's Taylor.
Don't walk him, and we should be all right. Oh, really? Starling Marte to the IL. I did not know that.
4 weeks, according to Carlos Mendoza.
Fuck! Oh! Out! Alright, word. We'll take that. 1 run scored, but good throw by Verdugo. Inning's over. Good shit, Verdugo. Alright. Weird ass first for Cole. Not ideal. Pitch count is high. 1 run scores, but at least it's over. Inning is over. Good throw. What was Alonso thinking, bro? I mean, it did take a perfect throw, so I'll cut him some slack. But all right, yo, if you're gonna win this game, had to score 1 anyway, so that's all good. Not ideal, but we'll manage. Yeah, what's good, SP? What's up, Mark? Yeah, I agree. Held the 1 run, we're fine, 100%. Amp says my opinion is to stay positive. Let's go Yankees. And yeah, speaking of, who do we got coming up? 789, DJ, the DH, Jones, and Jose Trevino. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, just 1 run, we'll take it. Gavin says, Dan, I think we prioritize the infield deadline other than Rice at first base. We need a second baseman and third baseman. Yeah, I responded to what you said before. I agree. They're going to prioritize the bullpen as well, but they're in like the same tier of need, is what I would say. I just don't get why he's only throwing fastballs right now. No changeups, sliders, his knuckle curve, anything. He's only thrown fastballs. He definitely did throw a lot of fastballs. Let me see. He had to have mixed in some off-speed pitches. Let me see exactly what he was throwing via Baseball Savants. Let's see here. So, yeah, he was throwing the cutter, which obviously I assume you're grouping that into a fastball. That single to Tyrone Taylor was a slider. But yeah, no, it's mostly been fastball, cutter. He's mixed in. He threw fastball, cutter, everything except he threw 1 slider and 1 curveball. So that is interesting, Daxius. That is interesting. I imagine he'll incorporate that more in the second. Dan, ban Christmer 567. Damn annoying Mets fan. All right, I will. Chris, you might be a chill dude, but from the sounds of it, you're not. Hella people are asking you to get banned. So I'm going to have to put you in timeout. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow and give you another chance. It is America, after all. Dan, why don't you just call the Yankees and tell them you can come out of the pen for us? You're still young. You got that. Hey, man, maybe. Give me their number, bro. Give me the number and I will. Verdugo has become so overrated. I mean, Jay, that's another thing, man. I mean, he's just in a slump right now. So, like, were you saying that 2 weeks ago? If you were, then all right. I hear you. That's your opinion the whole season long. I understand. But if you're just saying that because, like, over the last week he's been slumping, man, again, it's baseball, yo. Like, this shit'll happen. So, like, when he goes on a crazy tear and is carrying us again all of a sudden, or just being a big-time contributor to this team offensively, like, are you going to be sharing that exact same opinion when that's going down? He does have to pick it up, though. Definitely got to pick it up because he's been struggling. Oh, let's go, Deej.
Cut short that rally as he threw a strike to Trevino to get Alonso trying to score from second.
Yeah, Verdugo has been really impressive defensively, Michael. And, if you look at arm speed.
Yeah, Sam. Still waiting on an extra base hit from DJ, yep. He's got to step it up, yo. It's now in my head, like, is DJ washed or not?
Right on target.
He's got to the trade deadline to prove otherwise, so we'll see. 2-1.
Alonso was already rounding third. Right about
Hey, Dan, Orioles are losing again. 8-4. Word. Let's go. What's good, J Station? How you doing, bro? That's good news. O's are apparently losing 8-4. Which, if they do drop this one, knock on wood, that'd be their 5th straight loss. So again, for those who didn't see earlier, the Orioles have not capitalized at all on the slump that we're in. Our AL East our AL East lead has actually grown since losing that series to Baltimore. They had I think it was just like a half-game lead over Baltimore. Now it's 2. Is Cole is arguing?
Does a good job there. Right about here, he looks back at the home plate umpire and sort of, smooths the waters over. I got him. Yeah, it's okay. I got it.
Let's go, Deej.
2-2. Still looking for his first extra base hit. Ground ball and grabbed by Vientos to the glove side.
Another ground ball.
The 2024 MLB All-Star Ballot presented by Built Submarines is now open. Vote for your favorite Yankees daily at MLB.com/vote. So here is Jemai Jones, the Yankee DH batting 8th. And a strike from Peterson.
Oh, that's badass. Judge gets his own little isolated all-star graphic. Says vote Judge. Very good. I mean, he's a lock, yo. He has the most votes in all of baseball by a crazy amount. Bad look for Cole. I disagree, Chris. If he argues with the umpire, that's fine. Now, I will say, I didn't really notice any crazy calls that should have been a strike, but if he feels that way, I ain't got a problem with him saying something.
1-2 on Jones. The injuries to Stanton and Rizzo, you can see exactly how they're impacting the Yankees right now. Stanton had a really outstanding season going on with 18 home runs, and he had kept himself healthy. And then trying to score from second base, he felt something, and he said he's out about 4 weeks. And Rizzo, it's double that.
Good eye, Jones. Yeah, that's without question, yo. The biggest L to come out of this whole 2-week downslide the Yankees are in, losing Stanton. That's a legitimate concern. How will they fare over the next few weeks without him? Oh, bro, what are you looking right down the dick, bro? Jesus Christ. Jemai Jones seems like a great guy, chat. He seems like a really nice guy.
My whole scouting report was centered around his pitch to contact guys.
But you know what? Me, you, we're good guys. We're not DH for the Yankees, though. I don't get it. I don't get it. Should be Ben Rice.
Trevino, a little bit of a slump right now. 0 for his last 15. He takes a strike.
No, yo, I ain't saying fire Boone or nothing. You guys know I'm a big supporter of Boone. This is one of the lineups that I'm kind of curious thought process-wise what he's doing. Mainly just from the standpoint of why are you not playing Ben Rice and you're choosing to DH Jemai Jones? And it can't be because of the lefty thing. It can't be because of the lefty. While Rice did not hit lefties in the minors last year, this year he did. His OPS against lefties was in the 900s, I believe. And he had 2 hits against the lefty last time out, and his at-bats have looked phenomenal. So that I do not get. I do not get why Ben Rice is not playing.
He's 6 feet, 6 inches tall. Big fella. He strides out there, too. When he releases the ball, he's in the top 10% of extension.
Ooh, that hit him?
And that got
goddamn.
Hopping around. So he'll take first.
As long as he's good. 2 out hit by pitch, chat.
Hit him or just square on the foot? I think it just hit him right on the big toe.
So if Rice is taking first base, is Spencer Jones going to stay in the outfield or what? We don't know, Gavin. We don't know. First order of business for Spencer Jones, conquer AA. He's struggled so far this year. I haven't checked the stats lately, but he has not been all that great. So once he starts hitting Double-A, we can discuss that more. But like, he's not in the conversation for this year, so we'll worry about that honestly in the future. And yo, what obviously really sucks with the whole Stanton thing is like, bro, if Jason hadn't gotten the what is it, a quad strain, hamstring strain, whatever it is, if Jason was healthy, bro, he'd obviously be up. And then like it would almost kind of like, I don't want to say cancel each other out. Good bunt ball, great ball, that's going foul. I don't say they would cancel out the loss of Giancarlo Stanton, but like excitement-wise, bro, and just like looking at the lineup, like I would be content with, all right, you lose Stanton, but you get Jason in the lineup. Like we've been chilling, but obviously that can't happen because Jason's out the next like 4 weeks too. Let's go, Volt.
Dude, that's a good on-deck hitter right there. Wasn't that the bat for him? Look at Soto, does it all.
Two.
Oblique. Thanks, Morgan. Morgan, you always got my back. I appreciate you. You know that, though. Volpe's pissed. All right, well, rough 2 innings so far. Rough 2 innings. All right, chat. Now we just got to hope a good bounce back second inning for Cole. Any news of F. Ross? He did start his rehab assignment. I know that, Johnny, which you might be looking for further info on that. I don't think he's pitched yet, though. But I know we got the report last week that F. Ross was starting his rehab. Let me see if he's pitched yet. Okay, word. F. Ross has pitched 3 innings, 2 games in Tampa, which I believe is high A, right? Is Tampa high A? Whatever. 3 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs, 4 Ks. So far, so good for F. Ross. He's probably going to need a full, like, you definitely won't be seeing F. Ross, I don't think, until, like, the second half would be my guess. But that'll be a big boost once we do get him back. John says, Dan, no hard sodas tonight? Not tonight, John. No, not tonight. And what's good, John? How you doing, bro? I thought about it, but I got, like, so much crap to do this week, yo. Like, with the move next week, I got a lot of catch up on, like, work-wise and all that. Not tonight, but trust me, bro. In my heart, I am having a hard soda right now, John. Honestly, I could use one, yo. Tampa's low A word. Thanks, Entertainment. Appreciate you. Cole needs a 1-2-3 inning. I agree, Martin. We need a 1-2-3 inning. I mean, the main thing is just scoreless, but hate to say it, but Stanton fleeced the Yanks. He's under contract through 2027. His money gets bigger every year. I mean, yeah, his contract's been a disappointment. Now, it's by no means like the worst contract of all time, and like, still, this year could end up being a success for Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, age 34 season, year 7 of his Yankees tenure. He's still, like, let's say he comes back second half, right? He still could finish playing 130 games. 35 home runs is still very possible for him. I mean, if he comes out in the second half with 18, like, that's still a nice season he's having that week. He could end up finishing with 30 plus. So his season is not lost. But yeah, no, I mean, I think even the biggest Giancarlo Stanton supporter would admit, like, his tenure has been a disappointment for sure. You don't like today's lineup, so Boone should be fired. Calm down. Boone is a good manager. I couldn't agree more, Donna. Couldn't agree more. And yo, like, I was saying the same thing before. Like, I'm a big Boone supporter, but today's lineup doesn't really float my boat, but that's all it is. I just disagree. I ain't calling for the guy to get fired. You know, like Gleyber Torres, for example. Like, who else would the Yankees bat fourth right now other than Gleyber? And that's not Boone's fault. Like, he can only do it with the roster what's given to him. So, like, losing Stanton fucking blows, bro. Big loss, obviously. It's not like Boone can do anything about it.
You wonder, Michael, you talked about his defense, whether he was going to be a DH
or
a
Cole.
Third baseman.
He's
been catching the ball okay. Got called up in mid-May. Things have gone really good for him offensively.
What do the Yankees do with JT Brubaker? Because isn't he rehab as well? He is, yeah. No, bro. Jesus, fuck. Goddamn, chat. This is not ideal. This is not ideal. 2-0 Mets. She was fucking crushed.
Going well, his 8th home run of the year. Garrett Cole got one over
God
the
damn.
plate and had that sound.
Pato, I disagree, bro. It's the second inning, but that does suck. That sucks.
His power is real.
Yep.
As you can see, Trevino setting up kind of down and away.
Not even like a horrible pitch. I mean, Cole missed his spot, but like, it wasn't even a horrible pitch.
The backup cutter, the velocity was way down.
Unless it was a cutter, then never mind. But the location wasn't horrible if it was a four-seamer. Okay, then it was a bad pitch. All right, yo, 2-0 Mets. That fucking blows, but a lot of game left. That's all you can say. A lot of game left. Spencer Jones homered. Word, Nick.
Up and in, launches it high.
It's good, Nicholas.
Yeah, I saw that replay in Wrigley Field, and it just, you played there years and years ago. I don't ever remember seeing balls hit up there. Huh?
Yeah, that was incredible. The cameramen were dunking up in center field.
Chat, I think we need like a fucking 2-run bomb for Judge or something.
Volpe, 1 out.
That's my prediction. Why don't they DH Wells and the days Trevino was catching would give him some badly needed experience? I mean, no, I don't think Wells needs experience, hitting. He's got his fair share of at-bats. But, I mean, DH is going to get interesting. The way I would do it is I would play Ben Rice at first base every single day. DH JD Davis, and then,
That one is clubbed to left field. 3-0 Mets.
Jesus fuck, bro. This is fucked up, chat. God damn. Holy fuck, bro.
Obviously, anytime you play an ex-team, you want to try to make a statement. And Harrison Bader first swing.
Do not know what to say.
The seats in left field.
Do not know what to say.
Another look. Trevino setting up away and ends up middle in, right in the wheelhouse, and down in velocity again, just 93 miles an hour.
If it weren't obvious already, yo, Cole's clearly a little bit off. Just gotta hope he holds it here, or else we are screwed.
1-0.
Come on, Cole. Chat, there is a lot of freaking game left, and I ain't pleased about this either. I'm not pleased about this.
I mean, we've seen Garrett Cole up to 99 the first
But
inning.
keep it at 3, and we definitely got a chance. That's all I can fucking say right now, bro. This shit sucks.
You're right. It just didn't quite have the velocity.
Nah, they ain't taking Cole out.
You talk about the temperature. You're talking about just coming back, and that first inning with 20, high 20s can really gas you for the rest of the night, huh?
Fuck me, chat.
2-2 on Lindor.
Got the emotion of everything. The umpire disagreement. Nets have taken advantage here early.
Popped up. Volpe makes the play in front of Judge. Out number 2.
Looked like Volpe called this early, and then all of a sudden starts backpedaling and backpedaling. And Coney, when you start hearing that,
Yo, Mr. Gongray, I mean, bro, it's not a bad point by you, dude. It's not a bad point, dude. I tell you, bro, if I had some hard service on me, I would crack one open, but, like, I think I'm all out.
With Brandon Nimmo, he walked in the first.
That was a good curveball. That was a good pitch.
Drops in there for a strike.
Yeah, there's the pitch for me that can really take some stress off of him. Just the second one he's thrown tonight.
And he goes with a change, 0-2.
Get more into a pitching mode now. Make all of your pitches, mix up some speeds. Everything was hard early, and that's understandable when you get the bases loaded.
I just booted that beef fatty kid. He seemed like he was being fucking obnoxious.
His first start, I was really impressed with.
Maybe
his
he
pitch.
wasn't,
Really
but
mixed in all
first
the pitches
impression
very
wasn't
well,
great,
threw 'em all
Chad.
for strikes.
So if I made an L, let me know. But he seemed like he was being a fucking dickhead. Popped him up, left field.
Fly ball left field. Verdugo is there.
Yeah. All right, inning over, yo. Inning over. A lot of game left. We got top of the lineup coming up. Oh, no. Soto, Judge, Glaber. Which, yo, really feels like our hope right now is Volpe, Soto, Judge. Kind of need Judge, Soto to hit like a 2-run shot or something. Pretty much. Cole's velo is way down. Is it, Morgan? Really? I wasn't looking at the last couple pitches, but it seemed like he was hitting 98 before now, and I thought I saw like 96. I wouldn't say it's way down, Morgan. I mean, his last pitch was 95. Let's see. I mean, the Bader home run, he did have a couple fastballs at 92, 93. So, yeah, no, we'll keep an eye on it. Definitely keep an eye on it. He was hitting 98 in the first. Let's see. Yeah, he had a 98. He's hit 98, 96. The last one was 95. But, yeah, a couple 92 and 93, so we'll keep our eyes on it. Dan, is Cole's career over. Very funny guy. Dan, if the Mets go up by 5, you must start drinking. What's good, Adam? Bro, I ain't got nothing to drink, Adam. I ain't got nothing to drink. You want to, like, take a sip of my water? I do have some liquid IV in this. Maybe enough of that shit will give you a good time. I got a tub of paint over there. You really want to get fucking crazy. But nah, a lot of game left, chat. A lot of game left. Now, I promise I won't be saying that all night, but for now, it's valid. Down by 3. Going into the 3rd inning. It's got to show some fight. Show some freaking fight, and we'll be all right. Hard to win a baseball game in 4 to 9 or automatic outs. Yeah, 4 through 9 are not great. Definitely not great. Now, Verdugo is in a slide. I don't consider him an automatic out, though. I mean, he's going to pick it back up eventually. I'm not worried about him. J.D. Davis, I have some hope for. But, like, DJ, until further notice, not much hope there. Jahmai Jones DHing. We've talked about that. I don't know what the thought process was behind that. And Trevino's in a slump as well. So you're not... I wouldn't say automatic outs. There's some guys in there I have some hope for. But the lineup's in a rough spot. It's in a spot where you go down 3-0 early. You're not feeling all that great about it. So, Soto and Judge kind of like... Ooh. Kind of need them to, like, do something immediately.
3-0 as we start the 3rd. One to 0 on Soto, who walked in the 1st inning. Soto has always liked hitting here at Citi Field. 38 for 112 in 33 games at 339 on base percentage of 460.
I worked out really hard in West Liquor Store. What a contradiction. And then now it goes. That's like what Dan does every day, Adam. A nice gym session and then a quarter pounder to even out. Dude, that is exactly correct now. What did I have for lunch today, Nelson? You can tell the people. McDonald's.
This ballpark is big, but obviously it doesn't hold him.
It's balance. I got the new $5 meal deal.
I'm just looking at the way the ballpark.
Which is not a bad deal, yo. It's all right. It's just like
the gaps. 358.
That one little meal in itself would not fill me up. Like, I got the $5 meal deal, but on top of that, I got another McChicken, 2 apple pies, and a frozen blue raspberry icy afterwards. So.
I always thought Shea Stadium was a good park to hit in. I don't know if it was, you just walk in certain places you hit, but I always knew that dead center with Death Valley. It was very hard, unless you were Strawberry or somebody like that, to make that apple go up in the air to dead center.
Ah! Did I get him? I mean, clearly, but that sounded like bad. Jesus fuck, bro.
Just got straight down off his foot.
What a horrible week this is, chat. Definitely got a little bat, though. Yeah. Oh, bro, I think it hit off the bat, and then...
When it hits that bone, it's a changeup that he turned over, and, you don't see that a lot. From lefties, you would see that change up, down, and in. This ball's up, and it just kind of chases in there.
Wait a second. Oh, no, it hit his
The
foot.
last thing he was looking for.
Yeah.
A high and tight changeup.
Oh, yeah, it hit his shin. Goddamn.
Tim Lendich and Aaron Boone out there.
Oh. Goddamn, Chet.
I'm good.
Slow, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not in the mood for your bullshit, all right?
Judge and Torres here in the third.
Good lord. You know what? Next time I check the chat is when the Yankees are going to be winning.
Yeah, that hurts.
Oh, my goodness. All right, at least he seems to be okay.
Professional courtesy by home plate umpire, cleaning off home plate, giving him a little extra beat.
And the 3-2.
God damn.
Backhands from the outfield grass. Gets for number one.
One dead. Wendy says a new saucy nugget selection, and it's dang good. I saw that, Gamalier. I don't know, though. I don't know.
He can play some shortstop. Always has.
Vol, I'm thinking about it, bro. I got it in between my couch cushions right now.
So athletic that he's gonna glove the ball.
Adam, bro, I ain't having any Chinese. I ain't having any Chinese. Ooh!
And that one
The fuck?
hits Judge. He'll take first.
Judge got plunked and he looked at Peterson. Better be careful, yo. Better be careful.
Today about Aaron Judge and his season, 28 home runs, 70 RBI. When I asked Alonso about it, he just looked at me and said, "It is insane. It is absolutely insane.
Oh, it's so crazy. It's so crazy." Red Sox getting crushed too. That's nice. What's good, Victor? What's up, bro? Have you started packing for the new place? Yeah, yo. Yep. I got hella stuff actually. I ordered a desk today. I got a bunch of stuff around the house. It's all downstairs, so like I'm pretty ready to go, yo. I just gotta get I'm buying a new mattress and like box frame and all that, which
I agree, Mary.
I was gonna have it delivered like right to the crib. So I'm gonna do that like probably Sunday or whatever. One day delivery, you know.
Colleagues around the league notice and say, "Wow, this is pretty amazing."
Well, I mean, when you remember, him from day one. I mean, balls out over the plate. He was hitting 500 feet, but he would swing at pitches off the plate, strike out. He is so much different as a hitter. And I think he takes a lot of pride in hitting, 300 now. Not only hitting the 50 and 60 home runs.
Bro, Gleyber's stats are looking rough, which is obvious. But like he was on a nice little month streak where he's hitting the ball well. He had like an 800 OPS over I think like a 30-game span. But now, yo, I mean he's slumping again. His season's kind of like officially in the tubes till further notice.
Just that statement you said, kind of shocked me. Hitting 300 and with 50.
Contract year is killing Gleyber big time, yo, big time.
I'm like, God, what am I even saying? Those numbers don't go together.
It really does seem like everything's got to be going perfect mentally for Gleyber in order for him to have a good year. One slight little hiccup in his whatever the fuck, like shit just hits the fan. Whether it's trade rumors making him tweak or contract year this year making him tweak. Shortstop, bad defensive, issues making him.
In 2018,
I don't know, bro.
he hit 330, 43 home runs, and
Which
130.
him not hitting's a problem to begin with, obviously, but like it's much easier to get over when he's hitting seventh now and not fourth, and he's gonna be whether it's fourth or fifth. I mean, he'll be batting fifth probably against righties. Verdugo will be back in cleanup, but
Players off the field.
I don't know. You know what'd be nice? And yo, the strike zone, the strike box I got is all fucked up from those green screen ads he got behind home plate, which I feel like has been worse than ever this season. With the way it blends in, like it just looks very messy. You guys see that? Like the strike zone box is getting cut off by the green screen. Anyways,
Players like that, Coney. I mean, you look back. I mean, George Brett was
I don't know who it would be,
average, had power,
but it was around this time, maybe even like earlier. I think it was like June 15th that in 2019. The Yankees made a very early blockbuster trade for Edwin Encarnacion. Early. I think it was June 15th. Now, there ain't no like Edwin Encarnacion out there now to go out and get, but if the Yankees are looking at an impact bat, like an infielder that could obviously help them down the stretch in the playoffs, whatever it is, if you can get him now,
and hit for average,
pull the trigger. I mean, there's
hit home runs, and when you get both,
a while to the trade deadline, y'all. And like Gleyber batting fourth, batting fifth. Like if he keeps this up, like, it will get ugly. Get high.
3-2.
3-2. Big pitch coming. Brent Rooker, I don't think they're going to trade him. He's doing well, though, again, right? He's a nice player, but... God damn it, bro. Bro, David Peterson had 12 Ks in 22 innings going into today's start. Which, for those who don't know, is not a lot. That's what, like a fucking 6K per 9? And he has 6 strikeouts already through 2 2/3 innings. Crazy. Crazy, chat.
So he doesn't have a consistent way of picking up.
I think we need more than one bat at the deadline. I think I'm with you, Kasey. I think I'm with you.
It's the same video clip from the side. He's in the same spot.
I mean, I believe in Ben Rice. As far as I'm concerned, yo, like 6 games in, if I had to make a decision, like I could definitely see myself being comfortable with him being the everyday guy at first base come October. But even with that in place, like, all right, we don't need a first baseman. Let's just say that. I mean, you need second and third.
1-1.
Because unless DJ picks it up, you can't run him out there every day at third base.
So if you get in a slump, do you start
Glaber, I
guessing,
mean,
or do you start just trying
like I said, his season is officially kind of like in the tubes as of now. He's slumping again. Not to mention like the defensive mishaps all the time. So yeah, dude, no, two infield bats and 2 bullpen arms. That's kind of like the main wish list right now. Ending over. Yo, let's not even fucking lie, bro. This game fucking sucks so far, chat. This game sucks. Judge socializing with Lindor. That's great. Maybe they're going out to dinner later. Who knows? Yeah, bro. This is rough. Brett 6 says, the fuck is going on, bro? Do we still have a decent chance? I mean, of course we got a chance, yo. Just so far 3 innings in, this game is frustrating as hell. So, yeah, man. Vlad Jr. coming soon at first base. Listen, I would welcome Vlad with open arms. I mean, like, I can't even pretend I wouldn't because, like, we know how I was with Stroman. I hated the guy. Verdugo as well, hated the guy. And then they come here. They're, like, 2 of my favorite players on the team. So, like, as much shit as I talk about Vlad and I can't stand the motherfucker, if he were to come to the Yankees, like, bro, he'd be my favorite first baseman in the league, just like that, you know. But I don't see the Blue Jays trading to the Yankees. I mean, that would be same way. Like obviously, like you can't get your hopes about like the Mets trading Alonso to the Yankees. I mean, I don't think the Mets are going to trade, Alonso away anyways now because they're in the thick of the race. But if they were, like, you can't bank on them being willing to deal him to the Yankees, and same with Vlad. So, listen, if we were to acquire a first baseman, I would love Christian Walker. But like, dude, the NL fucking sucks. Because, like, there's not going to be a lot of teams willing to sell off pieces because everybody's in it. I mean, like, if you're even above 5 games below 500, if you're within a 5 games of 500, I mean, like, and you feel somewhat good about your team, like, you're not going to trade away because you technically have a chance with how shitty the NL is. Everybody's in the thick of the wild card race for the most part. So, I mean, like, there's not a lot of teams that are, like, clear-cut sellers. And not to mention, like, there's not a lot of, like, available, like, obvious players that you just go and be like, all right, third baseman, let's go out and get this guy, pencil him in every single day. Like, it's a no-brainer. I mean, there's guys that would help the team. Like, I would love Luis Rengifo. There's some first baseman guys I mentioned, like Andrew Vaughn or, like, Gavin Sheets. A couple guys in the White Sox. Like, there's definitely pieces that could help. But the more I think about it, the more I think back to, like, the 2021 Braves trade deadline, where it was a lot more of, like, under-the-radar pieces that just, like, supplementally make your team better. There's no, like, at least, barring anything crazy, like, as far as I see now in the trade block, like, there's no big bopper, blockbuster addition I see the Yankees making as of right now. I wouldn't rule it out, but, like, I don't know. The trade market kind of fucking sucks right now, bro. They're going to make moves, though. They're going to make moves. They're going to be a better team after the deadline. I do wish there was, like, that obvious name that you go out and get, like, we need this guy, let's go get him. And then you do, and it's like, totally different team. They're going to have to make multiple additions, multiple significant additions. And I'm all open to you guys' suggestions if you got them. All right, Cole obviously back out there for the third. Let's have ourselves a 1-2-3 inning, please. Dan, how about Michael Busch from the Cubs at first base? He has excellent savant stats. Is he on the younger side, Crescendo? Like, you got to also think, like, would that team trade him? Like, would the Cubs be willing to deal him? I'll look into him, but is there another Subway Series this year? That's from Theo with a $2 super chat. My man, appreciate you. There's got to be, I assume there's going to be one at Yankee Stadium as well. Dan, Cole really is all over the place.
They're battling his tempo, right? Trying to slow things down.
Let me look on SeatGeek real quick. There has to be another
Your wind-up and your motion.
Subway Series. Yankees, Mets.
Right back to Cole.
One dead.
One down.
He's such a perfectionist.
I don't know. I can't see. You guys know if there's another.
Expect every pitch to
There has to be another Subway Series, right? Word. Nell says July 23rd, 24th. Word. Yankee Stadium bet. Thanks, Nell. So there you go, Theo. Nell's got your answer. July 23rd to July 24th. Blockbuster, or This says Blockbusters almost never win World Series. We need pieces that work. Well, listen, by Blockbuster, I'm saying like a lineup-changing piece. Like Christian Walker would be a lineup-changing piece, like a definitive, one of the better first basemen in baseball, 30 and 100 guy. Like that's what I mean when I say like a blockbuster type move. There's not many out there like that, and I wish there were. But you're right. You do have to go with like going back to the Braves in 2021, supplemental pieces that overall just make your team better, even if they're not all that box office of a move.
But every time I come to Citi Field, used to be Shea Stadium too. I would not as a player, but as a broadcaster, you never really know how you're going to be. The people treat you unbelievably. They really do. They're very polite. Every once in a while, they'll say something about the rivalry, but it's always a pleasure to walk in here and be greeted with people that they know the other side too.
Yeah, there's a lot of the same personnel here that was at Shea.
Oh, is that right?
20, 30 years ago.
Don't get me wrong, Coney. I'd rather go to Yankee Stadium. Don't tell anybody though, all right?
You're the Warrior. Yes.
I don't know. I just like when I get in the car, it wants to go there.
Just the Woogas,
You
Rexy.
going down 95? Oh, you're in the wrong spot.
Still watch McMahon highlights. Listen, now I would love McMahon. I just don't see it happening.
Alvarez walked in the first
Don't see it happen. I don't think the Rockies would trade him. He is owed a decent amount of money. I don't see the Yankees taking
On
on.
the east side of Manhattan, you make a right to go to
And as much as I like him, he is still kind of a risk. He has not had an above league average season offensively besides this year. Would love him. Would love him. I don't know if that's the route they end up going. In part because I don't think the Rockies trade him unless it's for like a huge haul in return.
3-0 Mets. Taylor's RBI single in the first, and then solo home runs by Vientos and Bader in the second.
A lot of people will voice concerns about Rengifo too. That his defense isn't all that good. His underlying stats show like regression is imminent. I mean, I like switch hitter, has had pretty solid offensive numbers the last 2 years. But even that as an example, it's like he right now is like one of the first guys that comes to mind is like I would like him to improve this team. Like switching infielder, plays second, third, he would make this team better. But that's the first name coming to mind for me as an available piece. That kind of shows the current state of where the trade market's at, which blows.
Fourth walk. Most in any start since April 19th of 2022 at Detroit when
Dan, can you see Luis Robert? Nah, I mean he's an outfielder, so
Detroit.
Yankees definitely won't be adding anything to the outfielders. Infielders. Come on, Cole.
Taylor takes outside 1-0.
Taylor, kind of the fourth outfielder, obviously with Marte going down. He's going to get a lot more playing time, an opportunity here.
Popped up. Trevino.
Nice. All right, yo. A scoreless inning. Scoreless inning. Momentum is on our side, chat, some are saying.
3-0 Mets.
Word. All right. So JD, DJ, and Jones. Let's just get on the board, yo. Give me one. Give me one. Yo, is that you, Quinn? You motherfucker? Son of a bitch. What's good, Quinn? I recognize that username. Let's see here. You said you're doing a watch show for the trade deadline. Absolutely, Johnny. Yep, we'll be live like that whole day. And multiple times throughout that week. What's Frosty saying now? Let's see. Oh, fill me in, bro. Fill me in. What are we talking about? Dan, you're way too positive. No such thing, bro. No such thing. What do you want me to do, bro? You want me to give up on the season on June 25th? Or say, this game's over. Dude, we're down by 3. Now listen, is there a good chance we lose this game? Yes. Am I enjoying this game so far? No, it fucking blows. This game sucks. But like, bro, what do you think? What do you think we're doing here, dude? I'm a fucking Yankees fan. Bro. If I gave up them down 3-0 in the third, and on the season with them best record in the American League, leading the AL East, like, what kind of fan am I, bro? So no, I'm not too positive. I'm quite pissed right now, actually, bro. I'm borderline fucking tweaking, chat. You know? Oh, word, yeah, Spencer Jones home run. I heard he went deep. I did not know it was a 3-1 shot. Very nice. Morgan says, my wish list, Andrew Vaughn and Tanner Scott. Yeah, let me look at Andrew Vaughn. I've heard a lot about Tanner Scott, which if the Yankees consider him a piece to go out and add to their bullpen, I trust them in that department. And I think they're going to handle the bullpen no problem. So I really have no concerns with the bullpen come October. The Yankees will do what they have to do to properly upgrade it. But Andrew Vaughn, yeah, he's struggling so far this year. 662 OPS. Pretty rough season. I mean, 285 OBP, 377 slugging. Has had some success in the past. Two previous years, 2022, 750 OPS, 2023, 743 OPS. First baseman, right-handed bat. I mean, I've seen his name floated around, Morgan. I'm not in love with it. But, like, again, I'm not really in love with any of the trade pieces that have been suggested so far. Whether it's, like, articles, my own personal, like, investigating. But, yeah. Honestly, like, first base, I feel pretty... A lot left to go to figure this out. It's only been 6 games, and who knows how the Yankees really feel about him in terms of this year. I love what I've seen from Ben Rice so far. And, like, you got right. I mean, the way I see it is this. I think the Yankees will look at first base as covered. For better or for worse, for me, the better is Ben Rice looking good so far. I have high hopes for him. But from the Yankees standpoint, you got Rice, and you also got Rizzo coming back. You got DJ who played first as well. So I imagine, like, for better or for worse, the Yankees will imagine they have first base covered. That still leaves you third base and second base to address. So you need 2 infielders. So that's what I would really look at. Is like third basemen that are available and second basemen that are available. Luis Rengifo being one, and then I don't know, some other guys as well. Who's like give me like a third baseman, chat outside like Ryan McMahon. Like give me a third baseman that's available. JD Davis better lock in. Yeah, we'll see.
His ground ball rate jumped from 53.3% last year to 63%.
Oh, Blue, what a fucking horrible call. Jesus fuck. Oh, name that Yank.
Music means it's time for Name That Yankee, brought to you by Prevision, the #1 pharmacist-recommended memory support brand. It's considered a 4. All right, so he played for the Yankees for 2 years and the Mets for 3. 294 home runs.
Yankee from 02 to 03, Met from 99 to 2001. 294 homers. So this guy was pretty decent.
A lot of time with the White Sox.
White Sox for 10 years. You guys got any idea?
On LeMahieu.
Yankees don't need a blockbuster deal. They just need many trades. Yeah, and like I was saying, bro, there ain't no blockbuster deal out there. And there's nothing wrong with blockbuster deals. Like, again, if Christian Walker was available, are you telling me you wouldn't want him? Like, that would change the team dramatically. And as much as I love Ben Rice, like, I would sign up for Christian Walker in a heartbeat if he was available. And that would be a blockbuster trade.
You don't know if he's still
But
kind of fighting his battle.
that's probably not going to happen because the D-backs are in it.
But, you do
So, yeah.
that DJ LeMahieu is a better.
And when I say blockbuster trade, I'm not saying that would be like the only move if we could make a blockbuster trade. You got to address multiple positions, like the bullpen, second base, third base. So 2 infield spots and at least 2 relievers the way I see it. So I'm definitely with you there.
He's gotten on top of those and hit him on the ground. So
I guess I just wish I wish there was like an obvious name, yo. Like it's like, oh, this guy, bro. Like we got to go out and get him. Like there's really not that definitive player out there that you can get that excited about come the deadline. At least as of right now. I mean, shit could definitely change. And yo, like shit does always come out of nowhere. I mean, like going back to 2021, like nobody thought, like when we got Anthony Rizzo, like that was out of nowhere as DJ works a 1-out walk. When we got Rizzo, bro, like that wasn't even really on the radar as far as I remember. And all of a sudden I was like, Yankees acquire Anthony Rizzo. Like, oh, holy fuck. Like I'm also like, I'm kind of anticipating that sort of a move. Like one where we're surprised.
Well, if you look at
I just hope it's a good surprise.
Training at bats. I mean, Judge had 30 in spring training, and his April was really rough. They need more at bats, and his injury certainly set him back. Jahmai Jones with a fly ball to center. Bader makes the catch. Crowd number 2 as LeMahieu heads back to first.
Fuck you, Quinn. Robin Ventura. Word. Whiteside, yeah, that would make sense. Walk's the only way DJ is getting on base. Which, yo, unlock the car. If he was consistently walking, like, I would be cool with that. Like, if all he was doing was walking, but he was doing it, like, at a 350 clip on base-wise, like, that'd be cool with me, but he's not. But that was, at least he got on there. So happy about that.
Number 9 hitter, Jose Trevino, got hit by a pitch in the first inning on his front toe, left foot. Takes a strike from Peterson. Peterson
Joseph.
3.97.
Joseph, okay, explain your logic to me, bro. Why is this a repeat of 2022? And don't tell me it's because they've had a bad week. Why is this a repeat of 2022? Give me the comparisons.
You talk about the momentum of the game.
What is similar about this team, roster-wise, to 2022?
I was talking to James Smythe. I mean, the average major league team scores almost 2.5 runs in that situation. They scored none. So it has changed this game so far.
Missed inside, 1-2.
Slow, fuck you,
Benny,
dude.
you didn't like that call. You stepped away from your camera. You didn't like that call. I didn't know you had this much.
Well, 2022, there. Listen,
farther away.
what was if you were to say like the 2022 team eventually got exposed, which I push back on that too, because I mean, dude, injuries fucked over the 2022 team. I stand by that, but it's not a matter of like, all right, we had players outperforming their expectations, and that's what's carried us. I mean, dude, we're at where we're at. Best record in the American League with Gleyber not doing jack shit. Anthony Rizzo, we know how bad he's been. First base has been a black hole. Third base, we haven't gotten anything out of DJ. Our combined OPS at that position is like under 600. So it's not a matter of like, oh, guys were playing so well and then they got exposed. Like, no, the remainder of the team, the rest of the team is good enough to where even with those guys struggling, we were still doing so well. The goal is to upgrade those positions, third base, second base, bullpen, to where the holes that we do have, we fill them in while also having the foundation there of a really good team. Again, this in October, this team, if this is what we're rolling in with, I would be concerned, but I'm banking on a huge trade deadline, and that's what everybody else in the industry suspects as well, that the Yankees are going all in. If they don't go all in, all right, I'm with you, bro. Like, this team is most likely not good enough to win a World Series. I'll tell you this, the AL being as weak as it is, the weakest of the Judge era, I'm sure this team could even get to the World Series. I mean, it's fucking baseball, bro. Weird shit happens. But if you want to ensure your best chances possible of winning it, you fill in the holes that we've known about for weeks, based up for Trevino, good shit, which is third base, second base, whatever it is, a couple infield bats in the bullpen, which has been the case. So it's not like these are new holes that are showing up. That like, oh, this team's getting exposed, yo. Like, we got our hopes up for no reason. The guys that are struggling right now, the issues that this team is having, have really been there the whole season, man. I mean, first base is nothing new. Third base is nothing new. You could argue the bullpen, like, they're falling off a cliff, but we were talking about this a month ago, yo. Like, this isn't sustainable. Our bullpen is not as good as they're showing statistics-wise. And here you go. They're regressing a little bit. So again, going back to what I said, this whole, like, the holes that they're showing is nothing new. We knew we needed to get 2 infielders. We knew we needed to upgrade the bullpen. All right, well, runner in scoring position, yo. First and second, 2 outs. Let's go, Volt. Bro, I just need... Give me 1 run right here, and I'm fucking chilling. 0-2.
2 straight changeups.
Facts, Donna, yo. I mean, listen... A 3-run homer would be dope. I just give me a little, like, get this run in any way possible. Show a little bit of life.
Soto on deck. Yankees down 3-0. In the hole is Aaron Judge. LeMahieu off second. Trevino off first. Trevino single.
Excuse me. Disgrace. Bro, David Peters got 7 fucking Ks. 7 strikeouts for David fucking Peterson, bro. Oh, chat, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Are you concerned with this year's deadline considering how last year's was? Nah, Theo, I would not worry about that. The deadline last year, they didn't do anything because the team wasn't good enough to contend, is the way they saw it. So there was no point to add to the team when, in their eyes, it didn't have a chance, to go far in the playoffs. Total opposite with this team. This is the year, and you have to ensure that it's the year by having an all-out deadline. So no, that doesn't concern me at all. Yankees will have a crazy active deadline. It's just a matter of, will it pay off in October? Daniel, you couldn't be more right, dude. Cannot be striking out 7 times against David Peterson. Horrible. Horrible. Why is Peterson being 200 times better than Cole? Well, it's baseball, Rexy. That shit happens, but it is annoying. It is annoying. At what point do we start getting... Oh, I'm way, way off of that, Michael. I would say... start getting worried? I'd have to see certain, sectors of the team regress. If Volpe, say, somebody mentioned, Volpe going back to his old habits, which, he was in a little bit of a slot. He started to pick it back up again over the last few games. But, say Volpe for a couple weeks looked like he did in 2023. Then I would start to get worried. Say Juan Soto doesn't hit for a month, and all of a sudden, there's legitimate talk, his forearm is still hurting him and it's affecting his play. Then I would get concerned. But, I buy into this team just as much as I did 3 weeks ago because we knew the holes then, and they're going to address those holes. They don't, I'll get worried. But as of right now, with the trade deadline a month away, I can't imagine that we're looking at the same exact team a month and a week from now. If we are, then I'll be concerned. But until then, just fucking pissed. Just pissed. I may be getting worried. We have not beaten good teams in a while. I mean, the sample size is so small for that, Thies. So small. I mean, good teams in terms of what? What are we classifying as good teams? The World Series contenders? Dodgers and Orioles? It's 9 games. 9 games, 3 of which didn't have Soto, 2 of which didn't have Judge. Again, not making excuses, but, if that were to continue over, the rest of the year, all right, maybe that's a little bit concerning. But for now, it's 9 games. In 2 of those games, if we just had Soto and Judge in one of them, there's a chance the series outcome is different, so. Oh my, that's gone too, bro? What the fuck? Jesus Christ, dude. This sucks. This sucks. Fuck's he freaking out for? This just sucks, chat. Nothing else to say. Oh my god. Yeah, bro, might as well keep looking at the Orioles score.
Until this year, so the Mets got to be happy to see what they're seeing from him at the plate.
This is an absolute rocket the other way, over 108 miles an hour, up and out over the plate. It's a good high ball hitter. He's shown that.
All right, well, Baltimore's made it a 2-run game, 8-6 Cleveland. So hopefully they lose, because now it's definitely not looking good. No, Theo, no. Not worried about missing the playoffs. I'm just fucking pissed, yo. Because they're better than this, and they're playing like shit.
Stumbled a bit, winning a third base job out of spring training, but they finally made the call of Vientos.
Who was that warming up?
Phil Bickford,
yeah. Hell yeah, Amp. Stay positive, yo. 100%. Now, when I say stay positive, I ain't trying to act like it's, this game is good. I'm not positive about this game at all the way it's currently going, but I'm not tweaking about the season just yet. I'm just fucking pissed.
It seems like everybody on the Mets is really
But I've made that clear by now.
in this run they're putting together. McNeil, not one of those guys.
Now we just give a fucking hit to Jeff McNeil too, bro.
Slaps the ball around. He's struggled a little bit this year offensively. Finds a hole on the left side here.
He was shooting for that. You can see with that swing.
100% we can still come back. 100%.
Hit it where they ain't.
Here's Harrison Bader. Long home
We just
run
have to
his
do it
first time up. That was
kind of in a
his
funky way, yo. I mean, outside of Judge and Soto,
That's at 3 home
who do we got to do up next inning, for
runs.
example? We got
Bader.
Soto, Judge, Torres. We have to score next inning. Have to score next inning, just get on the board. Ideally get 2 on the board and make it a game.
Line drive right at Glaber. Diving back is
2 dead.
McNeil.
We clearly rushed Cole back. His fastball velo is way down. I mean, he was hitting 98 like basically every pitch last time out. He's hit it a couple times today. It is interesting that his velo is down, but I'm not sure that has anything to do with rushing him back or not. Glaber hitting fourth is tough as shit, Joseph. I disagree that makes it like an automatic loss with that being the case, but like that's the repercussions of losing Stanton, bro. Fucking sucks.
Foul ball. 0-1 on Lindor.
More of those when it's really
Yeah, I would more say like not a matter of like concern, just like what to me stands out the difference, and they're showing the velo right now. So in the first inning he was averaging like right around 97. Now he's around 94. But the command is what's standing out more so to me. His command has been horrible.
Fluctuating between first and second.
Let's go, John. John's clocking out of work and has the next 2 days off. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, Bobes. Honestly, bro, that slipped my mind for a second. I forgot about that. Yeah, bases loaded, nobody out. They didn't score.
Meredith, you got some ammo, all right? The four-seamers are
The lineup to me is horrible. I think it is barely above average, and that's because of Judge and Soto.
Stay tuned on Yes.
Without Stanton,
Paul, you can come in the clubhouse with me postgame.
without Stanton and Verdugo not hitting,
much more room down there.
it pretty much is just Judge and Soto, and then whatever you get from the rest of the guys, you're like grateful for.
Long run for LeMahieu, and he makes
Too
the
dead.
play to retire Lindor. This ballpark with a lot of foul territory.
Yeah, I was just
Need
gonna
Judge and
say
Soto to
that
get back to how they were playing in May. I mean, Judge is still like doing his thing, but yeah, they gotta like, especially Soto. Like Soto's got to start in for some power again.
He's got another crack at it anyway. DJ LeMahieu having a little issue here.
Look how close we are. There's Meredith there.
Yeah, that makes it more frustrating too, Gamalier.
Hey, Vinny.
That this is all happening against David Peterson.
Allen is driven to right field. Going back is Soto. That ball's gone.
Dude, this is fucked.
Nimmo, a two-run shot.
This is fucked, dude.
Nothing, Mets.
This is fucked up.
Nimmo, another guy that's just been on fire. You know, in a changeup, it looks like Garrett Cole's trying to work some off-speed stuff in, not being able to get the fastball by him. But you still got to locate that changeup.
No doubt. He's been in search mode
Pato,
since the second
don't come in here saying I told you so just because this. All right, Pato, every single game now, every single game, I want you to do me a favor. Be consistent. When the Yankees go down 2-0, I want to be in here and say they're automatically going to lose the game, please.
Change up right there.
But yeah, this one sucks.
Give Nimmo credit. He
This fucking
recognized, kept his
sucks.
foot down, kept his hands back.
Nimmo's 99th career.
Dan, are the pitches bad or what? Dude, his velo is down. That doesn't help, but like his command is just all over the place. Hanging shit, leaving fastballs right over the like right down the
You said
dick.
it, Coney, sometimes even you heard me talk about movement, too much movement. But if you keep your hands back, you still have a shot.
Oh, he'll be coming out now, yo.
With the baseball.
I imagine like this is gonna be his last batter. Bickford's warming up.
Fly ball, right field.
That's not true, Mike. That's not true.
He's on the track. He'll make the play to retire Martinez for the final out.
Is the Mets bullpen garbage? They had a rough month, but I think they're.
Mets lead 6-0.
And they don't have Diaz, but they've been doing better as of late. DFA pretty much everyone at this point.
Leo.
Another classic rival. I wouldn't really call this a rival series. Dan, do you think they rushed him back? I have no way to tell. I don't think so. I mean, not based off his fastball velo, because his fastball velo was like 98 pretty much every fastball he threw last week. I am curious what the answer is going to be about why it's dipped today, though. I don't know if it has anything to do with rushing him back or not, though. Dan, this season is starting to look just like last year. I disagree, Adam. I really disagree. It's a frustrating week. We had like, what, 100 of those last year? And we've had 2 this year? I don't see it. This game is over. Honestly, yo, the way it's pacing, I ain't even going to disagree with you, bro. Give Volpe more credit than that. He's been decent. I assume you're saying that to somebody else, right? Last year's in the comp. We're thinking of 2022. I mean, even 2022, dude. 2022, like, I don't want to keep, being a broken record about it, but that was a 2-month spell of being the worst team in baseball. So far, it's 1 week. Going on a week and a half. I mean, yo, let's not forget, a week ago Friday was the Verdugo home run in Boston. And what was everybody saying? This is the team. Another World Series film moment. Every game they have, something cold happens, is what people were saying. Like, we were on top of the world as recent as literally a week and a half ago. And if all it takes is a week and a half of bad baseball to hop off the train, bro, then by all means, do it. I'm just as pissed as you guys are. And the lineup does suck right now. Losing Stanton fucking sucks. But if you want me to, like, join the train of, like, giving up on the season on June 25th, I'm alright, pal. I am alright. %, it's a cold spell. Now listen, yo, if it does extend to like where it's like a month long and like we're sitting having the same conversation end of June, like I'm by that point, all right, we can talk 2022. But like, dude, we're not to be a whole like, oh, I predicted this back in the day, but like I remember mid-May saying this shit. Like the second this team goes on like a 1-2 week cold spell, which is inevitable, happens to every team. Again, Baltimore's on the verge of losing their 5th straight. Are we calling them frauds? Are we saying that they're getting exposed? Just how baseball works. So who knows? Maybe this will end up being like 2022, but it's far too early to say it now. For now, we just fucking talk about how frustrating of a game this is, how frustrating of a slide they're in, and like it does suck. It sucks big time. This is a big. I mean, like we got to do something here, bro. We're down 6-0. You got Soto, Judge, for, Glaber. David says, "Hey Dan, I'm not bugging. This was going to happen. We will right the ship." I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And yo, like, not that I could tell anybody what to do. Like, my opinion is as good as yours. I'm not saying for nobody not to be fucking bugging. Like, if you can't tell, bro, like, I'm fucking tweaking right now. Like, I'm not having a good time. If I could just make one request, it's not to give up after a week and a half of bad baseball.
1-2.
High drive, right field, and folks, just like that, we have ourselves a ball game. So that's Soto's what, first home run since... Actually, no, he went deep opposite field of Fenway in left center. But that is a welcome sight, chat. That is a welcome sight. Solo shot, right field. That's what you like to see. We're on the board, still down by 5, but Soto does something. That's a good sign. We like that. Leading off and anything. A lot of game left, chat. A lot of game left. All right. What is that, number 19 on the year? Is that number 19? I'll take that, chat. I'll take that. It ain't night saving. It ain't, you know, getting us back on track by default, but that is a good sign. Soto solo shot. We're on the board. Let's see if we can get something cooking. Yeah, what was that? Number 19? Yeah, 19th home run of the year for Soto. RBI number 57. Oh, let's go, Cap. Let's go, chat.
I'm done with you. Get off of me.
Yeah, you did your job.
Get out, bull! Cocksuck, motherfucker. All right, one dead.
Just behind the baseball, everything's perfect. I mean, he knows where it's going. But he does a bat flip starting with a barrel, and then he gets a little spin on it.
Just tremendous hip rotation, right? With the barrel, your belt buckle facing the pitcher.
You know, it's really weird because with the passing of Willie Mays, I saw some old videos, and he really used his legs, and just those hips just flew open. And immediately when I saw some of those clips, I'm like, wow, it's a lot like Soto from the left side because he does use his lower body, and he really just, those hips just fly open.
Two 2-0 on Glaber, who's 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts against Peterson.
All right, that was good, chat.
So Peterson coasting along.
Oh, it's horrible. One run off Peterson's terrible.
Put one into orbit. 3-0. 3-1.
And now the Guardians are trying to blow it. Yeah, I saw that the Baltimore's coming back. It was like 8-6 last time I checked. Let's see. Yeah, still 8-6. Oh, what is it? Bases juice now too. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of game left in that. Ball four for Glaber.
Glaber works a walk. And that brings up for
Dan, is Glaber gone at the deadline or does he have no value? Yeah, no value, Kai. No value.
Carlos Mendoza
Dan, we promised to get Chinese when Rice hits his first home run. Adam, you might have a deal, bro. You might have a deal. I still don't know why he's not playing today, dude. Are we facing a good pitcher tomorrow? I mean, it depends what we consider good. Jose Quintana for the Mets. Lefty, not having a great year, but I think he pitched well his last time out. I mean, dude, we'll see. It almost feels silly to answer because, like, I would have said David Peterson's not that great of a pitcher and that we should hit him today, even without, Stanton in a pretty weak lineup. But here we are in the fifth, just one run allowed, and he struck out, like, half the lineup, so. Quintana on paper doesn't scare me, bro, but, like, who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Quinn, fuck you, dude. Don't start the accolade without me, Quinn. I'm serious. Whoa, Evan, get out of here. Dan, should I get back my ex so I can break up with her and the Yankees can be good again? Don't do that, Evan. How you doing, by the way, bro? You holding up well? It's been a minute since that happened, right? Dan needs the next day off if he pigs out on Chinese. That's the thing, yo. Like, Chinese is banging, but, like, I eat it, then the next day, bro, I'm like, you have to get me a fucking disabled sticker or some shit. Bro, Verdugo is literally bleeding into that stupid-ass green screen ad. Do you see that? Do you see that, yo? It's like he's half a person because the other half is all ultra-keyed out by the green screen. Jesus Christ. Since 2015. Yeah, and fucking Mike Trout leads in WAR since 2015. Who gives a shit?
It's amazing to me that Lindor, I mean, he was criticized last year. I mean, you look what he did last year. He was 31 homers and 31 stolen bases.
Oh, let's get pissed. Piss off, Jersey Kid. Jersey Kid seems fine so far. He's just a Mets fan.
So 3-2 on Verdugo. Verdugo's been struggling lately, as we detailed earlier. He's 0 for 2.
What are they doing to Chinese in the USA? Might just be me, bro, but whenever I eat Chinese the next day, I feel like shit. But I feel like that's just like a... I don't know. Yo, facts. Morgan's mentioned it, Al Crescendo too. The green screen, it's horrible, bro. It's horrible. It feels like this year has gotten worse across the league.
Might be Peterson's last hitter.
And that's not really nothing new. I mean, they've had those green screen panels forever, I feel like. Now it seems to be fixed. All right, ball 4. So first and second, one out. And here's J.D. Davis. All right. A couple of you guys in the chat call the J.D. Davis home run in the pregame. Would there be a better spot than right now? And they're going to the pen. They're going to the pen. So they're probably getting a righty, I imagine. All right, well, Peterson did not make it through 5, but he did pitch well, all things considered. You got Davis, LeMahieu, and Jones. Which, yo, if they're bringing in a righty, there's no fucking world, right, where they don't pitch hit Ben Rice for Jahmai Jones. Assuming they're bringing in a righty. I mean, if they bring in a lefty, I feel they should pinch hit Jones or Rice, but... Dan, what do you think about orange chicken? Never had it, yo. Never had it. Dan, am I tripping on the Mets manager used to be with the Yankees staff? Yeah, Kai, he was Carlos Mendoza, bench coach for years. Yep. Good guy. Glad to hear it, Evan. And yeah, yo, Morgan's right. Buy 3, get 1 free jerseys. Link in the description. Just got my new Judge spring training jersey. I'm wearing it now. Pinch it as well, though. Nah, I mean, Zach, you got to go with Ben Rice, dude. Got to go with Ben Rice. I mean, I would go if Jones gets up, whether it's in this spot or later in the game. If the reason you didn't play Rice was because the lefty was in, which I think is stupid to begin with, because Rice hits lefties and has probably had the best at bats on the team over the last week. It was stupid not to have him in the first place. But if that's the reason why he wasn't starting, because it was a lefty and Peterson on the bump today, now that he's out and they're bringing a righty, I mean, you get Ben Rice in now. This inning, Jones is due up 3rd after DJ. You got Davis, DJ, and then Jones. If the inning continues, you got to pinch it. Got to pinch it Rice. I think he's talking about for DJ, Dan. Oh, okay. Nah, I mean, at that rate, dude, if you were to... No, I mean, they're not going to pinch it Waldo for DJ. And I'm not even going to push back too hard on that idea, even though Waldo's stats are not good. He has like a 640 OPS. I will apply the eye test to it. And, like, watching Waldo, like, he does always seem to make an impact. It doesn't show, like, on the baseball card or none of that, but, like, it does seem like he often does come through. And for that reason, like, if I see DJ in the lineup or Waldo, like, whereas a couple weeks ago, I'd be like, why aren't they playing DJ? Like, if I see Waldo in the lineup now, like all right, can't be much worse than DJ's been, but they're not going to pinch hit Waldo for DJ. At least not right now. Or ever. They're not going to... Waldo's not going to pinch hit for DJ. I'll tell you this. I would take Waldo over Jahmai Jones, but... Again, you got to pinch hit Rice. Who's this? Deadneil Nunez. He's been good. 2.89 ERA, 18 2/3. Damn, 27 Ks and 18. He's been really good, actually. God damn.
Especially from the windup.
You've never heard it from your own organization.
A little bit here and there, but I didn't realize exactly what I was doing.
Daniel Nunez comes.
Ground ball left side. I swear to God, bro. You fucking bastard, dude. Just a disgrace, dude. Just a fucking disgrace.
Puts out the fire. But the Yankees finally get on the board, and they did it in style with Juan Soto going yard. And a big back toss to go with it. 6-1 Mets.
This fucking sucks, dude. Chat, how the hell are we doing? I don't even know what to say, bro. Yeah, double play. This fucking blows. Damn, what the F is Boone thinking with this lineup? Again, my only real issue, Adam, is why isn't Ben Rice playing? I mean, Gleyber 4 sucks, but like, there's really not much you can do there. I mean, like, that's against the lefty. I mean, it just, dude, losing Stanton stinks, bro. And somebody made a good point on Twitter where it's like, Brian Cashman said Stanton is going to get hurt. That's just part of his game. So we acknowledge that that is basically a foregone conclusion, right? And you didn't have, like, a big-time backup plan for when he does get hurt. And obviously, until the other day, it was all going smooth. Like, with Stanton in the lineup, that's enough to get you through the regular season. Like, the lineup was performing well. But now that you lose him, man, like, we're looking at the remainder of the first half with Gleyber Torres as a 4-hitter or Gleyber Torres as a 5-hitter. Like, that's not even so much on Boone. That's where you get to, like, a matter of, like, roster construction. Because, like, who are you batting 4th or 5th outside of Gleyber? I mean, J.D. Davis, okay. I mean, Ben Rice is probably going to start batting 5th at some point, you know? I don't know. Jersey Kid says, sports is so good this week. CWS, College World Series, Stanley Cup Finals, Subway Series, USA on Thursday. What's a USA on Thursday? What is that? Backup plan was probably Dominguez. That's fair, Brody. That's fair. Which, that does suck. That does suck. Which, even that, I mean, I'll push back a little bit. It worked out because Stan didn't get hurt until now, so in theory, you would have had Jason ready to go. But for somebody who assumes going to get hurt, like, Jason wasn't going to be an option until, like, June. So, I mean, it did work out to where, like, if Jason was healthy, that would have been fine. Which, that sucks, man. Jason being out for the next month or whatever it is, that's just horrible timing. But, yeah. Donna says, it's impossible to feel positive right now. I pray we have a winning game tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, for this game, yo, like, I ain't going to blame nobody for feeling pretty shitty. So Cole's out of the game. If you want to go letter grades, please, by all means. I mean, final line, 4 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks, no strikeouts. ERA's at 9.72. I mean, obviously, that's an F. Love Cole, but pretty obvious grade there. Yeah. Yeah, Adam, I mean, I will say, like, they did bring up the point before about not having a spring training. Like, I will give him the benefit of that doubt. Like, he didn't have a spring training. It's still only been a few weeks, but from what we've seen so far, like, I am starting to lean towards, like, okay, DJ might just be washed. And it's not even like the stats. It's like the quality of contact he's making, bro, is like, it looks like 2021 DJ all over again. Like, when he's going bad, bro, it's a dinky ground ball, pull to the left side, weak contact, everything on the ground, and 97% of his outs have all been that. So it's not even like his underlying numbers are promising the slightest. They're like, his underlying numbers almost make you feel worse than his actual stats, and his stats itself are horrible, as we know. But it is still only 3 weeks for him, so if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, like he has in the spring training, I could hear that out. But like, we are getting to the point of, like, you know.
When Joe Carter takes you, it makes this story at least sound.
God damn, Chad. God damn.
Brand names. Yes.
Here's Alvarez, who walked twice.
Do I think Cole is hurt again? Nah, I can't speak on it, bro. I have no idea. I mean, I like to think not. But it is a question I'm going to be paying attention to, is the deal with the velocity. Only the velo is, if they were concerned about it, I can't imagine they would have let him pitch another 2 innings afterwards. I mean, his velo was down in the 2nd, and he pitched the 3rd and the 4th. So I can't imagine, at least as of now, unless Cole says something, the Yankees are concerned about it. But we'll see.
Play defense behind the plate.
So outside of the possibility of him like being hurt, that would obviously suck. But like I'm not worried about Cole. Just a shitty ass start. It's frustrating. But yeah, I mean, I'd say I'm not worried about the pitching. I'm not the starting pitching. I'm not worried about the starting pitching, and the bullpen either. I'm not worried about long term because again, like I do trust the Yankees in that regard to like figure that shit out. I do, big time. I'm not worried about the bullpen. The rotation, as currently constructed, is fine. It's fantastic. I have not the slightest concern with Luis Gil having a rough outing, Garrett Cole having a rough outing, Carlos Rodon having 2 rough outings. I mean, like, if I'm gonna be that succumb to recency bias, bro, like, I'm gonna go fucking insane. I'm not gonna all of a sudden think like the starting rotation is ass. They're not. They are one of the strengths of this team, and I still buy into that 100%. Just rough start for Cole, rough start for Rodon. Hopefully Gil bounces back after his rough start last time out. Weren't here the other night for this game, Saturday's game, but shout out Stroman. He balled out, stopped the skid, at least at that time. Nash has been pitching well. I don't worry about the starting rotation. The bullpen will be taken care of. But we've talked about it. The infield has to be addressed, man. Big time. And then, once the infield is addressed, I like the idea of having, like okay, you get a third baseman, you get a couple, whatever it is, like, DJ and Rizzo off the bench, like, I feel pretty good about that, just from, like, a veteran presence standpoint. Like, I don't doubt DJ is good in the clubhouse as well, like we know Rizzo is. So, like, them two off the bench, like, I'm totally cool with them being on the roster. Just, they cannot be starting. I think we're all in agreement there. Big time, Brody. Yep. Every player is slumming at the same time right now, too. Yeah, like, Alex Verdugo does have to get going, man. Like, Verdugo's struggling the way he is. Like, that sucks. Gleyber falling off a cliff again. That sucks. Losing Stanton sucks. Like, it makes sense why they're playing this poorly. I guess it's a question of, like, do you expect this poor play to sustain this way over the entire rest of the season? I don't see a world where that happens. In part because there's no way everybody keeps struggling at the same time the way they are now. And also, the trade deadline. I mean, like, this is not even that much new in terms of the offense looking the way it is now. I mean, remember, for a good, like, week and a half, 2 weeks, towards the end of April, we were having this, like, same conversation nobody was hitting. And then all of a sudden, like, shit clicked. And we were the best offense in baseball for a month and a half. And right now, in part of just, the unfortunate circumstances of baseball where people go into slumps at bad times, and also losing Stanton, Jason getting hurt now, like, it's a matter of just, like, natural baseball tendencies to where slumps will happen, plus some shitty fucking luck with injuries. Like, the team's in a low spot right now, but it's not going to last forever. It may last longer than desired, which would suck. Like, I like to think this won't go on. Like, I think every day the slump's going to be over. Like, I right now I think, like, say we lose this game, like, we come on here tomorrow, which we will be here, 6:50. Like, all right, it ends today. We get back on track today. And that's just the way I'll be thinking until it is over. For now, you just fucking, I don't know, we're eating shit, and it don't taste good. Oh, goddamn. But the big problem is also the defense, not the offense. Well, I mean, we can go around and look at the defense. So, I look at second base, I look at third base as 2 infield positions you have to upgrade. Assuming that, say, they upgrade first things first, second base. You no longer have to worry about Gleyber Torres and his defensive mishaps. Now, obviously, you got to get a guy that's a capable defender, or else that would just be a wash. So, like, Luis Rengifo, maybe he's a bad example because his defensive metrics aren't great. But at the same time, like, I don't watch him play. Is Luis Rengifo capable of just making routine plays, but maybe his range isn't amazing? I mean, I would take that over Gleyber because while he has all the talent in the world, he makes constant, like, brain lapse defensive mishaps way too often for how talented he is that, like, it just doesn't feel worth it to keep running him out there with how bad he's hitting. So, like, if you did get a guy like Rengifo, while maybe his defense isn't rank all that great, like, in the metric side of things, if he can just field the ground ball at second base, make the routine plays while being a significant upgrade offensively, as far as I'm concerned, that problem is solved. And then third base, DJ's played good defensively. That you can't take away from him. He's been good with the glove. His offense, though, at least so far, if this keeps up, is unplayable. So, I don't know the candidates that are out there. You got to get somebody that can field the position. There's no doubt about that. You can't just stick somebody at third base even if they hit. But the main thing to upgrade is the offensive output you're getting at a third and second base. And then with the caveat of they have to be able to play the position. Who those guys are, Remains to be seen. 10-7 guards over O's now. Hell yeah, let's go. Word. Which, yo, like, if the Mets, if the Orioles lose tonight, like, the way I see it, bro, like, it's like we live to see another day. Which obviously we do no matter what, but I can almost, like, say we lose this game and Baltimore loses as well. In my head, I can cancel these two out. Just be like, all right, forget today. We get another chance to figure this shit out tomorrow and not have it harm us in terms of the division. Because that's the only thing that really matters right now is the division. I had somebody say to me the other day, like, with the way they're playing, like, who gives a shit that Baltimore's losing? Like, what do you mean? That's the only thing that really fucking matters right now. Because first things first, what is our priority? Win the division. Now, the team we field in October, that obviously matters, but we've covered that at length here. I expect the team to look significantly different come October. So with that in mind, banking on a big trade deadline, what matters is setting yourself up best to succeed in October, and that's winning the division. All that matters right now is winning the division. All you can do is look at that deficit, that lead that we have right now that is currently 2 games, which if we lose, and if Baltimore lose, it stays at that. First order of business is win the division. So Baltimore losing and, like, kind of going hand in hand, struggling the way we are, like, do not take that lightly. That is huge. Like, yo, if we were, say standings are flipped right now, I would probably tweak it a little bit more. Say we were down by 2 and they were about to gain a game on us as we lose again here. First game in Queens. I think I'd be shitting the bed a little bit more, which I am to a degree, but in terms of, like, concern, I'm saying. Like, I don't want to call it a saving grace that they're playing just as bad as we are, but it kind of is. But they're too good of a team for that to go on forever. They're going to start playing well eventually, just like we are. You just got to hope that this little slide that they're in does not last all that long, which you could argue it already is lasting too long. I mean, at some point, like, if this extends into the weekend against Toronto, which Toronto's horrible, we better beat up on them. Then you're going on 2 weeks of this, and that's where it's kind of be like, all right, this is getting too much. Like, a slide is one thing. You start talking like multiple weeks of playing shitty baseball, like, then that is an actual problem, assuming Baltimore starts to pick it up on their end. But until they do, like, that is buying us time. And part of why you can't say that's a saving grace, because ideally, like, the Yankees will be winning in this time and build even more ground. They're not. But if you want to look at it in a positive light, it's the Yankees are struggling mightily right now. And by the graces of God, what you hope is their worst slump of the season as a team. Baltimore also happens to be having their worst slump of the season as well. So, I don't know. Silver linings, whatever you want to call it, like, that is a positive to look at. But regardless, this little slide has to end sooner rather than later.
If you haven't been paying attention, the Guardians are good.
Oh, yeah, they're very good. You know what? I
They are good.
think that Terry Francona, even though he's gone, left the mentality of, you know what, you just somehow, some way you win. And
Yep.
Ramirez,
Facts, Evan. I just saw your message. Exactly. 100%. Same thing I was just saying. Best to get injuries and struggles before the All-Star break. I mean, that is a really good point, Thies. And, you know, we talk about the 2022 comparisons all the time. I mean, one of the biggest... The thing that sucked the most about the way 2022 unfolded, and listen, like, I'm not a fool. I don't actually think the 2022 Yankees, that if all went well, they would have broken the win record. But they were. Another ground ball for DJ. Whatever. 2022, they were a way better team than the way they finished. And what was so unfortunate and led in a big part to that is everything that went wrong happened after the trade deadline. So they make all these moves, and shout out to Cashman. On paper, he had a good deadline. Outside of Frankie Montas, because he didn't do his due diligence to find out whether or not he was actually healthy. That's an L on him. So I won't factor him into this scenario, but, like, trade deadline comes and goes. Your team is set in stone. Then what happens to the Yankees? DJ hurts his foot, never the same after that. Matt Carpenter breaks his foot on, I think it was August 2nd, literally right after the trade deadline. Never the same after that. Andrew Benintendi, one of the big trade acquisitions you get. Handmade bone. Never the same after that. Doesn't play after, like, 1 week on the Yankees. Scott Efros, a guy you acquired in the Cubs trade, who was a big addition to the bullpen. He ends up getting Tommy John surgery. So, like, all the additions they made and everything that bad that happened to their team all took place after the trade deadline. So, like, and Boone said it on the K show today on WFN as well, like, to that same sentiment, like, whether it's, like, injuries, but in this case more so just, like, you know, the holes being exposed or just further exposed is the way I would say it. Third base, first base, second base, whatever. Like, you know this well ahead of time. It's June 25th. You have so much time to fix it. And you've fortunately built yourself a 25... I don't want to say a cushion because it's only a 2-game lead in the AL East. But, like, in terms of the season, the Yankees are indisputably in a good spot. So with that being the case, like, trade deadline a month away, you have time to fix it. Now, if, like, Stanton, for some reason, never plays again, if Verdugo never hits again and keeps slumping, like, then obviously you're fucking screwed. But, like, that's not going to happen. You're going to get Stanton back. Verdugo's going to turn it around. The ones that are definitive, at least at this point, feels like Gleyber Torres is not a good baseball player this year. DJ LeMahieu appears to be washed. So third base and second base need to be addressed. The bullpen, as we've known, even when they're doing well, is not deep enough, does not have the weapons it needs to ensure a World Series run. That needs to be addressed. Those are the three definitive things that you know the Yankees have to go after. We knew that 3 weeks ago. We know that now. And I'm assuming that's going to happen. And as long as it does, yo, my stance remains the same, that the foundation of this team gives us our best shot of the Judge era to win a World Series. In part because of the talent on this squad, as well as how weak the American League is. So it's all still right there for the Yankees. Easily. Just got to see how it all unfolds the rest of the way. Why doesn't Rizzo have a cast on? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I didn't really even see it.
Because you got the Astros coming in this weekend. He said, because when I get it out of the way, he talked to his people, and they want to get it out of the way, so no appeal.
Stanton should have just played while injured. Nah, man. Nah, Chris, because, I mean, like, we got to have Stanton ready to go for, like, down the stretch, and most importantly, October. What does suck about it, something I mentioned before, is that, like, you almost feel like when Stanton does return, let's say it's the second half, most of the time feels like he's an automatic out for the first like week and a half, 2 weeks after coming off the IL. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This game just fucking stinks.
When your internet isn't 100% fiber, and you realize how much you're paying for it, you could do this.
Actually, Ikea is playing pretty well at in Toronto. He's like one of the only guys doing well. Dan, the hair is summer ready, my boy. The cabbage is flowing. Yeah, yo, I got to get a fucking haircut soon, I think. But thank you, I appreciate it. I'm going to try to get a haircut, not at Sports Clips. You guys got my word, not at Sports Clips. But I will be chopping it up soon. Thee says, Dan, what do you think about the win percentage above division? Because I see the Mariners leading the division while half the AL East, their record is better. Let me try this again. Dan, what do you think about win percentage above division? Because I see the Mariners leading the division. Oh, you're saying, like, to take out divisions and just make it based off win percentage? I like divisions. I like divisions. What they should really reconsider, and it sucks it can't just happen this year, is the playoff seeding. Because if I'm not mistaken, chat, the way it's going to unfold is one of the AL East teams is going to have to play in a wild card series, which that sucks. So, like, what I think should happen is, like, the way seeding works is, like, I mean, I guess this kind of the same thing as what you're suggesting. Like, I like the idea of, like, divisions that I like work. I like the AL East. I like how that all shapes out. But the playoff seeding, like, if the Yankees end up winning the division with 105 wins and Baltimore loses it and is a wildcard team at 103, well, sure, like, you label them a wildcard team, that's that. If you have a better record than a division winner, like, you should get the bye and go to an automatic ALDS 5-game series rather than playing the wild card. Like, that's to me what they should do. But as for divisions, I wouldn't want to get rid of divisions. I like them. Next gen Sports Clips would officially taint the season. That's the last one I got, Morgan. It's the last one. Joey Gallo is amazing. He was in a future strike alligator. Yeah, my cousin. Dan, what do you think of hypothetically Mason Miller replaced? Yeah, I mean, Mason Miller, man, I don't see him getting traded. The Yankees aren't going to give up what it would take to acquire him. So, like, I would give up on Mason Miller for sure. Definitely got to get some relievers though. Mike Talkman's girlfriend's pregnant. How sweet. Oh, God damn, this girl is so fine. Jesus fuck. God damn. I would like Tanner Scott. Definitely. So you're suggesting divisions mean nothing? Me, Christopher? Well, no, I like divisions. Like, I like the idea of having, like, an AL East and AL Central. Like, and especially with how regional baseball is, like, it makes sense to do it that way. and like to have the schedule favor where like you play your division more often than not, like compared to other teams. Like that to me all makes sense. That's how it should be. But the way the seating is overall, like per league, is something I would consider changing. Dan, you guys just got fraud checked. What you mean, Chaz? I think I'm missing what you're referring to.
Awkward handle of the bat with no knob on it. Kind of forces you to choke
All right,
up.
10-8 game in Baltimore now. Any news for Vlad? Nah. I wouldn't get your hopes up for Vlad. Runner takes second. Stolen base off of Trevino. Dan, you're the general manager. What moves do you make? I'm going to have a whole video coming out on that soon, Black Betty. I agree with you then, Thies, yeah. We think the same way. I would want to do it with a way to like keep divisions, though. That makes sense. You would think Philly would be in the AL East, given their proximity to other East cities, but they're in the NL. Well, I mean, they're in the East, though. They're in the East, so.
Mind right now too, but again, you can't force the pitchers to get you the ball any quicker.
Well, I talked to Boone about that today because before that stretch that we just showed 15 of 16, Trevino had been throwing out runners at a 32% clip, which is above the average. But ran into a Boston team that had 9 stolen bases in one game. Then the Orioles, very athletic, took advantage as well. And Boone said, "Listen, it's on everybody. It opened our eyes that we've got to be a little bit more vigilant. Pitchers have to do their job. We've got to do our job from the bench, calling pickoffs and stuff like that. It's not all on Trevino."
Mm-hmm. Agreed, but you're gonna have to work with him to give him a chance.
Base hit up the middle. McNeil headed back to second, so he can only advance to third.
God damn. What happened to the tier list? I talked about it a little bit last week, Chris. I'm glad you brought that up. So the tier list videos, and like in general with what's going on with the future of this channel going forward. So I'm of course moving to Hoboken next week. Once I do and I'm all settled in, like by mid-time next week, tier list video will be coming. Watch parties will be a lot more consistent, like every day the way they were like up until a couple weeks ago. It's been like a weird month, gonna be a weird week coming up. But not only more consistent watch parties, more consistent flow of like everything we've been doing here. Tier list video coming out. And then also I have a new project in the works that is set to debut very soon. Once I move into my new studio, all that, which is going to be of the podcast ilk. That's all I can stand up for right now, but not the Yankees Ave show. There's something similar coming to the channel within the next couple weeks. So I'll do a more like official update on that when it happens. But as for the tier list, yeah, like once I'm officially moving into the book and all that, that's when that stuff will be going down. Dylan says, if we get Renhefo, Scott, and a decent relief pitcher, I am happy. That would be awesome, Dylan, but like I still would have to hold out hope for another stolen base. I'd want another infielder, bro. Would really want another infielder. Ideally, we get 2. Alrighty.
Another big jump.
All right, now I think if you guys don't mind, I think what I'm going to end up doing here is, with the game looking the way it is right now, we'll see how this inning goes, but I think I'm going to head out of here after this inning and watch the rest of the game over in TR, Tom's River, my boy Quinn's house. See the rest of this game goes. If shit gets interesting, we'll be back on here. But I think I'm going to go over to my boy's house, watch the Acolyte while watching the rest of this game, see if anything crazy happens, but the way it's looking right now, not all that great. So I think we're going to head out. Still watching the rest of the game. We'll be back tomorrow. Probably going to be here around like 6:50 or so, same time as always. Just reminder y'all, like, keep your heads held high. Still, just going through a slump. Pretty frustrating baseball right now, but like, this is shit you got to go through. Shit you got to go through while in the midst of a 162-game season. Don't get it twisted. Like, this game isn't over either, but obviously it's not looking great. If you feel it's over, I don't blame you. I know I'll be watching. But if they do end up going on to lose, new day tomorrow, fresh day tomorrow, we'll be all right. So, with that said, appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. 3 innings left in this game, I know. We'll be back tomorrow, though. I'll see you guys next time.
1 and 2.
Let's go, Yankees.
For sure, New York City.